policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
Not all policies will qualify. Not available in all states.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's the land of the free and the home of student drivers ready to back into your new fence at any given time. It's firing up a round of burgers and dogs on your rusty grill with a faulty gas line that engulfs your tool shed in flames. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Everybody's got a podcast these days. Comedy, politics, true crime, you name it. But how many actually teach you anything useful? Harman Solar has an entertaining podcast that is vital if you've been thinking about looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Ralph and Ben explore the intricacies of utilities, equipment, processes, and more. Their primary objective is to educate and empower you to make informed decisions on your solar journey. So increase your knowledge, not your bills. Go check it out right now. It's the Harman Solar Podcast at harmansolar.com.
Is that your new Nissan Rogue?
Yeah, crazy story. So I'm at the Nissan Thrill of Summer sales event when Dave, the sales guy, asks, want to test drive the Rogue? And I'm like, let's go. We're driving when Dave says, check out the VC turbo engine. I hit the gas and whoosh. I'm like, okay, I wasn't expecting that. Dave goes, if you think that's cool, watch this. Dave shows me the miles per gallon and I'm like, whoa, that's pretty impressive fuel economy. Dave mentions, these new cars are going fast. And in that moment, I had to have that Rogue. Crazy, right?
Wait till you hear how I got my Sentra.
Now Nissan offers 6 vehicles starting under $30,000 MSRP. Shop the Nissan sales event. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. 2024 EPA fuel economy estimates from 28 city 34 highway to 30 city 37 highway for 2024 Nissan Rogue. Actual mileage may vary. Nissan Altima, Kicks, Leaf, Rogue, Sentra, and Versa. All prices are manufacturer's suggested retail price. MSRP excludes destination and handling charges, tax, title, license, and options. Dealer sets actual prices.
Hey, everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. Did you know that the Lund Mortgage Team was founded back in 1999? That's right. They're celebrating 25 years in existence this year. And you know what you have to do to stay in business that long? You have to be good at what you do. And the Lund Mortgage Team is not just good, they are great. They have helped thousands of people save thousands of dollars over those 25 years here in the Valley of the Sun. They only lend in Arizona. And they're mortgage brokers, which means they can shop your rate around. They're not tied to just one set of rates. Mortgage rates can get crazy. They can get high. They can get low. There's good times to strike and there's times to stay on the sideline. Let the Lund Mortgage Team be your coach, be your team leader when it comes to these huge decisions. Call 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940, or you can always check them out at lundmortgage.com. Great website with all the tools you need. Call them today. They're my great friends, and you'll love them. It's the Lund Mortgage Team.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Wherever you go, take us along. Listen to our live stream on our free Fanatic app. Download it today.
All right, people. Settle down.
Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Monday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, Radio Pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. If we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale, it's National Mango Day, and it's National Hammock Day. Will sound very vacation specific, but if you got a hammock and you got a mango, oh, I think you got something there. Oh, I like a nice mango.
Yeah, might be doing all right.
You like a nice mango there, Keon?
Oh, I love mangoes.
I'd ask Randy, but for some reason he's not at his post. I'm going to dock him pay for not being at his post. Well, he's dock him. How much is the price of a mango? I'm going to dock him the price of a mango. So I don't know how much mangoes cost. I don't do the shopping. But, here comes Randy. Randy White, I am docking you the price of a mango.
I'm sorry. I'm 1 minute late. I'm sorry.
You are docked the price of a mango.
A mango?
It's National Mango Day and National Hammock Day. It's very relaxing, vacation-y kind of thing for the summer.
What if I give you 10 minutes in my hammock?
I have my own hammock.
So if I
it's
give you
National
10
Mango
minutes-
Day.
But you also said it was National Hammock Day. What
Yeah,
if
but-
we both give Keon, in lieu of me paying the price of one mango? What about if you and I both give Keon 10 minutes each in our hammocks?
Who says he wants to get in our hammocks? He probably,
Oh,
what
I
if he
think
has
he
his own
does.
hammock?
I
Maybe
think
he'd
he
rather
does.
have the
I don't-
mango. So
I
how
think he
about
has-
this? You owe Keon a
uh-huh.
mango now.
What?
You owe Keon
Wait.
a mango.
Does Keon want a mango?
I do love mangoes.
Everybody loves mangoes. Or
No,
they're
he-
actually, I think they're not pronounced mangoes. They're mungos. I
What?
think that's how they're pronounced, mungos.
Well, you know what? I've always heard it as mango.
Oh, I know, me too. But my
So-
wife informs me I am incorrect. A lifetime of mangoes, and I've been eating mungos.
Look,
Everyone
I
in
mean,
Guyana says mango, so I'm going to stick with
say
mango.
mango.
The
There we go.
Guyanese say mango. Well, then why am
Yeah.
I saying mungo? What the
I-
hell?
I
She's
don't
screwing
know.
with me.
Because you love your wife, and she has a diluted picture of what mango sounds like. That's why.
I think she has the Spanish picture, and they may
Mm.
pronounce it differently. But
Mhm.
now I'm starting to wonder if she's what other words is she screwing with me over?
Does it matter?
I'm immediately suspicious.
Jeffrey, think about this for a second. Does it really matter? Because she touches you in places you want her to touch you.
Yes,
Okay. Does it
not
really matter?
not nearly as often as I'd like.
Well, no, wait. Who said often? I just said she does, though.
I'm thinking hourly would be good, but I guess I've been told that's unrealistic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I could see that. Yeah. Miss Kim has told me the same thing.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about how you were going to give me a raise.
No, we're talking about how you're going to give Keon a mango because you were
No.
late.
No, that's not what we were talking about.
That's absolutely what we're talking about. So you have been docked the price of a mango. Please provide said mango
Mhm.
to Mr. Keon Rose.
All right.
The end.
Okay. All right. Keon,
Not this moment.
mango coming your way.
I appreciate that.
So let's talk about some things that happened over the weekend. One of the things that happened over the weekend, Keon was present and accounted for. It was the WNBA All-Star Game, and I supposed the outcome on Friday and said, "Ooh, well, if that happens, then what?" And I think that now that it's happened, then what needs to be followed up on. The Team WNBA beat Team USA. The ones we're sending to the Olympics. I say, well, I think the Team WNBA should go to the Olympics. Team USA should sit down and think about what they've done. And, I think they should switch places because 117 to 109. And so, Keon, what do you agree? I think they should just switch it and then let these rookies go.
Wow.
Well, let two rookies go because Caitlin and Angel were on Team WNBA.
Mhm.
But there was a whole other team there that was playing really good basketball. And honestly, it's funny because when people were talking about should Caitlin be on the Olympic team, the player I thought really got snubbed from the Olympic team was the Dallas Wings player Arike Ogunbowale, and
She killed it.
Arike
Yeah.
played that game like it was
Wasn't-
personal. Like
Wasn't she a player of the game? She
Oh, yeah.
she was the
player of
MVP.
game.
Yeah,
She was the
I
MVP,
mean,
right?
Enrique Suave.
she took over that game in the third quarter.
No, I
and
don't think it was Suave.
I don't
I just
think
added
I don't think I've really ever seen anybody
Cool
just take
McKay.
over a game like that, and I've been in the building to see it. So that was really fun to see. Boy, she's got handles that remind me of Kyrie. the way she handles the basketball, it's absurd. And then she was pulling up from three from everywhere. It felt like
34 points in the game, man.
yeah, and second half,
Yeah.
all of it.
So
She,
can
she
I
didn't
ask-
score in the first half.
Yeah.
Can I ask?
She was just sitting there on the bench, and the coach is like, "Hey, do something right." And then
And the
she
coach was
did.
Cheryl Miller, Reggie Miller's sister.
Oh, yeah.
And she was
Yeah.
basically like, "Hey,
Oh, she was pumping him up. Yeah,
come on, make
yeah.
something happen." And then Enrique
So-
decided that the game was hers to take over.
Well, she should be
Can I-
coaching the Olympic team too.
Can
I
I ask
actually agree with that, but
Can I ask a question?
sure.
Why was Caitlin not in the 3-point what do you call it,
The
competition?
3-point cut, you'd have to ask Caitlin. She declined.
Oh, she declined it. She was asked to be in it.
She was
and
asked to be in
declined
it. Of course, she was asked to be in it. Yeah, it'd be crazy not to. She's such a
Oh.
great shooter, but no, she
Maybe she just didn't want to do that in her rookie season.
I don't know what the answer is. Would have been cool to see her, but
Yeah,
she didn't do it. Sabrina
yeah.
Ionescu, who went head to head with Steph Curry at the NBA All-Star Weekend and won the WNBA 3-point shooting contest last year, she also withdrew. So
Keon, with your insight, does Sabrina win it or Caitlin? If
Well,
they
how
go
can
head
you
to
even
head?
know if they don't do it?
Yeah, we have no way of
No,
knowing.
in your opinion,
I think Sabrina's the more consistent shooter.
Okay, all right.
So I wonder if it's like with the home run hitting contest and Major League Baseball thing. Do you think that's a thing where they're like, well, I don't want to get tired out doing the 3-point shooting contest because I need to have this energy and don't want to hurt anything for the game?
No.
Well, I'm not asking you, Randy. I'm asking you.
I don't think that's the case necessarily because it hasn't derailed anybody before where they.
Well, then you may wonder why wouldn't they do it?
I don't know. They didn't give a reason, and
not good enough.
Maybe Caitlin felt like, I'm a rookie. I have no say here, and
that didn't seem like that'd be her thoughts. You know what I mean?
I
She's
think
pretty confident.
I think it would be. This is not my year. I'm going to let
it's just
whoever
3-point shooting is. It's just it's like playing horse. It's like
I feel like there's been several times I've been asked to do things, and I've laid back and let the older person
like
go out
what?
there. And I had a drum off competition in high school where I could have clearly won the thing, and I chose not to.
That's
I
a you
back.
thing. That's not a Caitlin thing.
Well, I
don't understand that.
Maybe Caitlin's like that. It's called respect.
It's not disrespectful to get into a 3-point contest and do your best.
I understand what you're saying.
You didn't want to show up as senior or something. This is not high school. This is the WNBA. This is professional sports. And if it's a fun thing to do, I don't think Sabrina Ionescu is going to be like, bitch. I don't think she's going to get mad if Caitlin comes out there and competes. And I don't think she'll get mad if Caitlin comes out and wins.
I'm just saying, I feel like maybe it's not her time. Her time is next year. She's a rookie this year. Her job this year is to sit and learn and to understand what's going on in the WNBA. And then next year, she'll be a veteran and she'll have more opportunities to go out and show her skills.
And look, Alicia Gray did win the 3-point shooting contest and the skills challenge, which both of those things together net her a nice $115,000 for the weekend. So, somebody won for those two not competing.
Well, that's interesting because then now you're talking a reason maybe she would not do it. Maybe she's just like, you know what? I'm making money on these endorsements. I'm getting money for being Caitlin Clark. And so she's like, yeah, I'm going to let somebody else go for that cash.
Maybe.
That would be more likely to me than anything else.
It doesn't seem like anybody in that league to do that, but sure.
Like
maybe.
Caitlin's making what, $5 million, $6 million from Nike?
Oh, from Nike. I actually don't know what the number is.
And she's making another 5 from Gatorade.
Well, Pinocchio says Caitlin Clark said she just needed a break. All right, she needed a little rest. She's like, I don't feel like having a competition like that.
Sometimes it's just like that. Like you want to take the All-Star weekend and just chill out. And you've got the Olympic break coming up as well. Like, just make sure you get your body right. The Fever have an opportunity if they play well, if Caitlin continues to improve, which she has been doing. And if Aaliyah Boston and everybody else on that team continue to get used to her and the way she likes to play, they can make the playoffs. Like, there's a real chance they can do that. So, maybe you don't put yourself in any particular stress and you just say, hey, look, I'm just going to chill out and relax and let my body heal up as much as I can. And then when we come back from the Olympic break, it's going to be a playoff push.
Navy Brad says, are we talking about Mongo from Blazing Saddles? No. We were talking about mangoes. And then I mentioned my wife says it's called Mongo. And now I'm starting to wonder if she's screwing with me. Like, tell me words are pronounced certain ways in Spanish.
Maybe she's not.
And then they're not. And she's just like
maybe
giggling.
They are pronounced that way in Spanish, but like mangoes are not. a Spanish fruit. It's like
I agree with Keon. They're
so
more of
it's
a Caribbean.
so if
fruit.
you're a Spanish speaking Caribbean country,
Caribbean.
you might say mango, but if you're an English speaking one, you're going to say mango.
Mango.
It's like there's other words too that I have questions about. I can actually see my wife from here. And she's like way over there, and she's giving me the look.
Giving you
because if she doesn't think she was actually screwing with you, but she thought she was actually giving you some actual pronunciation advice, now she feels a little slighted, probably.
I don't know what to say right now. She can hear me. Big George says, "Hello, gentlemen. Hello, George." He says, "Another boring weekend in the United States of America. Sad that the Diamondbacks don't have a proper closer to close games. They could have swept the Cubs. It boggles my mind how Torey Lovullo manages the bullpen." Listen, we're going to talk about the Diamondbacks here in a little bit, but I got to say, George, take it easy. Just take it easy. We're in a good spot right now, so just take it easy. Swazman says, "Jeffrey, remember the Dave and Dan debacle, not making the Olympic team in the decathlon, having a commercial before Caitlin Clark can make a ton of money for U.S. Sure got this defeat will not take away from the Olympic team shine when the games begin."
I think I
kind of understand what he was saying there.
I do think that like when it comes to the Olympic team, this is the toughest game they were going to play the entire stretch of games.
Which is why we could have sent either team. They should have played for like whoever wins that goes and sweeps the rest of the world.
That would have been cool. And that game was already intense. Like it was physical by the end of the first quarter.
That would have been fun.
There was actual like I'm fouling the bleep out of you for going to the basket like that by the third quarter of that game. It was the most intense I've ever seen any All-Star game. Yeah. So if they were to do that, I think that we'd get some amazing games out of that. Yeah.
Well, his teammates, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, very cool with each other. In fact, she was like, "Yeah, I know when she gets the ball, I'm running. I'm looking for the ball because she's going to throw it," says Reese. "She's been great to play with." She says, "And in the future, well, we're going to be playing with each other a lot. Hopefully in 4 years, we'll be Olympians together." So, they get along fine.
They had a connection out there on the floor. It was pretty cool.
Won't that be fun to see them in a few years on the Olympic team?
Reminds me, I have a very cool shirt.
What you got there?
What do you got?
Hold on, stand up so we can see it.
Look
so he's got a shirt that says WNBA Jam, and it's got like these cartoon versions of Clark and Reese. As if it was from the old 90s game.
All right, that's cool. That's very cool.
That's awesome. And so not last night, but Saturday night, two things happened. Reese got another double-double. Caitlin Clark set the All-Star Game rookie assist record. So both
Caitlin Clark is QB1.
Right.
There was one play, she got the ball in the inbound, and I don't remember who was running down the floor. She launched it in the air, and I'm like, where the hell is she throwing it? And it dropped right in the bucket. I mean, right inside the whoever it was that was running the floor, right in their hands, and it was the easiest layup. It was nice, and you really can't stop Angel Reese from getting rebounds. You can't. If she wants it, the ball's hers. And
they both showed up as advertised.
So it was fun. It was.
How was the atmosphere in the arena there?
Oh my God,
electric!
It was electric. There were fans from all over the country. We were sitting next to a group of Chicago Sky fans, but
kidding.
There was a little girl, maybe 5 rows back. Every time Caitlin Clark touched the ball, she was screaming for Caitlin to do anything at all. It was great. The Liberty fans were there. Like everybody was out there, packed building, completely sold out.
You like to see that, don't you?
No, it was fun. I enjoyed it a lot.
Well, that's cool, man.
Good energy.
So how was the music? Was there any entertainment that came along with the game?
It was Pitbull at halftime.
I'm sorry.
Like I don't regret it at all. I don't usually listen to Pitbull just on my own, but the guy, as a live performer, he's good at it. He's good at his job.
Energy. He brings the energy, man.
So he had the whole place jumping. It was nice.
Yeah. That's cool, man. I'm glad you had a good time. So there you go. The All-Star game happened. But here's the thing that's weird about this. They have their All-Star game and they don't go playing right away. They don't start back playing again until like August 15th and 16th.
Yeah, it's like
because of the Olympics.
Like a month. Yeah.
So this is the Olympic break. So so they're not going to be able to play until Team USA gets back.
So you really could have sent Team WNBA.
Yeah.
You really could have done that.
If you wanted
could
to.
have.
And I think your idea is a great idea.
I think we should suggest that, and they should do it.
Because I don't think Team USA realized the Team WNBA was serious until it was too late. and then they started to get back in it and really started Diana Taurasi couldn't miss, and she just decided that I'm the one that's taken over the game in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
But it was a little too late. The damage was already done by Arike, and by the time Team USA started really like getting back into it, damage was done.
Well, that good for Team WNBA, and Team USA has some thinking to do. But then on the other side of the coin here, Team USA men, they are barely beating some of these teams. First, you're thinking, okay, South Sudan, the basketball powerhouse that is South Sudan. It took a ginormous effort and comeback by Team USA, and namely LeBron James, to come back and just win that by 1 point. 1 point. It was 101-100. And then today, Germany giving him a scare. And
again, it was LeBron.
Yep, LeBron had to rescue him again, 92-88. So this is a bit worrisome.
It seems like the rest of the world is catching up to the NBA.
I don't think so.
Am I wrong with that?
I don't think these guys are taking this serious.
I
as much as Kerr wants them to, I don't know if they are.
I think they are. I think that the rest of the world. You talk about a couple of French players, Wembanyama, and what's his name from the draft earlier
Who
this year?
on the Germany team?
Sar, Risa Sher, those guys.
Yeah. There's
Who on the South Sudan team?
Okay,
Well,
there is no NBA
there's
player.
nobody.
I'm just saying these guys have copied American basketball, and they are playing up to that level.
You can copy the idea, but you can't copy the talent.
Well,
and
I
the
think you
talent is
can.
overwhelming on Team USA.
I think you can. I think that there are people out there that can copy LeBron James. There are people out there that can copy.
They'd be playing here if that were true.
Well, I don't think they're here yet. But you talk about Dirk Nowitzki, who was a German player. You talk about other guys that have, Detlef Schrempf, who was a German player. You talk about these guys that have come into the NBA and played. I think a lot of German players have been overlooked, and I think Germany, they should have won that game today. That's all I'm going to say. They should have won that game today.
Well, LeBron James scored 11 points and they couldn't stop him, so that they couldn't win. They couldn't win the game. But I do think that I agree with you, Randy, that like there is some level of like when it comes to copying the U.S. in terms of the training and the nutrition and all of that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, there is that aspect to it, and there's also the aspect of just like these teams play together more than our teams do. Like we throw our bunch of guys together right before the Olympics, and then they play these tune-up games to figure it out, and that's it. Kind of got to do a little bit more than that, I think, for some of these squads that have just a little bit, maybe not as talented, but they've got a whole lot more cohesiveness because they've played together longer.
Well, they better get their act together because LeBron's going to be running with the flag here very shortly.
Well,
we got to take a break.
He's the flag bearer.
When we come back, we'll pick this back up and talk a little more about Team USA and how they are looking right now, getting ready for the Paris Olympics and stuff. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Get insights into the sports betting market with VSiN's betting splits. See where the money is and keep updated on how the market is reacting. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Major League Baseball, the Arizona Diamondbacks continuing their road trip to the second half of the season. They're in Kansas City tonight to take on the Royals at Kauffman Stadium. Arizona took 2 of 3 over the weekend from the Cubs. They did lose on Sunday 7-6. It'll be Yelmer Diaz getting the start for the Diamondbacks at 1-0, only 12 innings pitched on the season, while Kansas City will go with Cole Raggins. Arizona getting a run and a half tonight, minus 150 on the run line. Kansas City minus a run and a half, plus 130. On the money line, Diamondbacks plus 135, Royals minus 160. The over-under run total at 8.5. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Total Wireless is made to totally keep up with you. We now have unlimited data that never slows you down. Covered by the Verizon 5G network. And for less than $30 a month, we make your phone your ride or die. Switch now and pick a free 5G phone with qualified plan purchase. And your fourth line at no additional cost. Visit your local Total Wireless store today. Total Wireless, we're totally with you. Actual speeds may vary by location. For data management practices, see TotalWireless.com.
Welcome to Staples, young man. Tomorrow's my big day. Big day? First grade. Aw. Well, Staples has crayons, markers, glue. I need a laptop. Oh, yeah, sure. With Staples Hot Deals, you can save up to $300 on select PCs for school. Wait. The finances are Mom's department. Right. I'm looking for performance, like a Core i7 processor. Boy, first grade has really changed. Tell me about it.
Save big on tech for school with super low Staples Hot Deals. Right now, get up to $300 off select PCs at Staples. Ends 8/24.
O'Reilly. Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. Need advice? We've got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. With the first pick. Now that the draft is in the books, it's that time of the season when the team gets together, to get acquainted. Summer means mini camp, OTAs, then pre-season. Keep yourself tuned to the station with all the insight, updates, and breaking news you need to know about the NFL offseason. If it's the NFL, we talk about it. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Lost Toby says he needs a drink. Let's get that man a whiskey. Whiskey? I don't know why he needs a drink, but he needs one. Stat. There you go. Fifth letter says F baseball. My Halos suck. I'm ready for football. Gardner Minshew about to lead the Raiders to playoff. Sorry, I can't read that without.
Well, I understand why he's saying that.
Oh, good Lord.
Just can't say that with a straight face.
No, he's heard it here first. I mean, come on.
Just win, baby.
Gardner damn Minshew. Come on.
Yeah. Come on, Dre.
I agree with you.
Gardner Minshew is going to be what Cordell Stewart for me was when I was growing up, which
Cordell Stewart
for some other
close.
Kid. He's going to be
Gardner
a very,
Minshew.
very fun, very popular journeyman quarterback for his career.
Oh,
we are going to talk football and we're going to talk baseball here in a little bit, so stay tuned. Mr. Wilbur says, so what I think you guys are saying is that we should have sent Caitlin Clark's all-star team in place of our United States men's team, since our men, or to say it politely, struggling. Actually, I agree, and then I go, wait, reality.
Yeah, but also, like, the men struggling? They are trying.
Well,
I think they're trying to accommodate each other a lot.
I'd like to thank the men's team for hurting Kevin Durant.
Well, okay, that I don't know that happened, but like when
it
you
did happen.
What
are you talking about?
He is
Kevin
hurt, but
Durant
they
with
did
a
not
calf
hurt him.
Injury.
He showed up with a calf injury.
No.
Okay.
My God.
So anyway, when you look at the team, what they are is a group of guys who are used to being the top dog on their team, trying to figure out how to fit into this unit of guys, and it's not easy to try and figure it out. I do notice when the fourth quarter rolls around, the pecking order does tend to shake itself out. LeBron and Steph Curry emerge as the guys. So I feel good about if Team USA is in any close game going into the fourth quarter, and you have to immediately figure out who is the person that's going to get the bucket for this team. It's LeBron or it's Steph.
I did enjoy the shift changes. They're still doing that. Kerr,
I kind of like it.
like dropping the entire team piano on the other team's head, and it worked again to help the the Americans come back. But you don't feel like we should need to be doing that.
And maybe doing that is also kind of part of the problem, because like you're out there and you're used to getting into a rhythm and getting into a flow, and then you're just out of there. So instead of there being another group of guys for you to play with, which is what would normally happen when all these stars are on one team, what you end up having is I'm back on the bench now getting cold again when I was just warming up.
Randy, why are you sighing like a teenage girl? What's the problem there?
I just feel like they're playing the wrong way. Kevin Durant is injured again.
It's not again. It's the same injury.
Yeah,
he
showed up with
injury.
that ever since his Achilles.
And how do
that
you
calf
blame
is going to be sore for the rest
of
his
blaming
career?
that on the team?
Why are the Suns letting him go to the Olympics? Why?
Can they stop him?
Can somebody?
You ever
me
let Kevin Durant do anything?
Kevin Durant will just go to Rucker Park in New York, pick up a basketball, and play with random guys you've never heard of.
I don't know.
What are they
going
to do to stop him?
And that was cool that you dropped Rucker Park. I thought that was cool. But anyway, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I mean, what's most important here? An NBA championship or a gold medal?
That depends on the player. It's the player's choice. A lot of these guys want to represent their country. A lot of these guys grew up watching the dream team, with Jordan and Bird and all those guys. And so now they're trying to get their piece of that history.
Kevin may or may not get a gold medal.
Yeah, he may or may not.
Right now, he's not going to get a gold medal. I'll tell you that.
I don't know.
Because the way they won against Germany today in the Olympics, it's going to be different.
Each one of these practices is probably yielding fruit, and they're going to be better and better. When it gets time to be serious, I have a feeling that this team is going to completely demolish some teams.
It's like Keon said about Bronny James. He's not going to make the NBA big team. He's not going to make it because he's Bronny James. And he doesn't – he's got a shot, but he's not ready for the NBA. Kevin Durant should not be out there with the damn Olympic team. He
Randy,
should be out there with the Olympic team.
When he's not feeling it, he's not. He's in charge of his own health. The doctors are in charge of his health. I don't think I blame the Olympic team for his injury.
It just kills me.
King and Kitten says, new texture nickname, Spongy Carpet. Yeah, how about no? Wessel Grande says, I admit I don't know the skills competition, but I think Cunningham of the Mercury got ripped off. Just jacking up a bunch of misses in the quickest time, to me, should not win. Pinocchio says, is it really unpatriotic to root for the other country when LeBron has the ball? Yeah,
it is, because LeBron was born here in America, where you're from.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It actually is. No, it is. It 100% is.
Keon, what if that person that's rooting for America is not from America?
Well, yeah, then that's not unpatriotic to them.
Rather than from Germany.
Then you know what he's talking about, Randy.
Who are they playing? Who are they playing? Because if they're playing Germany like they were today, and you're not from Germany, the hell are you rooting for Germany for?
Pierre says, you Americans think you're so superior to the rest of the world. You're not the basketball powerhouse you once were. My French team will beat you Americans in the Olympics. Poo Americans.
How many gold medals do the French have, Pierre?
How do you say zero in French? Oh. Big George wants to know what the guy from the update is smoking. So the Diamondbacks not lose 7-6 yesterday. They lost 2-1. Come on. Oh, did they get the score wrong?
Yeah.
might have repeated an older score.
Or we can just fix that.
Oh no, it's the correct one.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's maybe get rid of that. Yeah. Beer Bob says, since the other countries' teams play together a lot more than Team USA, shouldn't we just start sending the NBA? I don't know what this word is. Champagne?
I think he means the champion. But
why don't we have
Champagne?
Why don't we have an international team that plays in
he's what he's
international
saying.
league.
What Beer Bob is saying, even though I couldn't read what the hell that word was, it kind of. I want to make sure it wasn't some sexually deviant word.
No,
get me a little champagne. Yes,
does happen around.
Anyway,
around here. Yeah.
He says who won the NBA Finals this year?
The Celtics.
Okay, send the Celtics. Send the Celtics
Okay.
to the Olympics is what he's saying.
You have something of a problem there because you can't send Tatum, Brown, Derek White. What are you going to do about your center?
Yeah.
I
think you have to build
How about this? A combination of the
send.
the winning team and the second runner-up. Send those two together. They love each other.
I think you have to build a world team, a FIBA team, as it were, to go out and play FIBA basketball instead of trying to make these NBA guys do double duty. Because look, I mean,
duty, double duty.
Said duty.
Navy Brad says Stella would like to say hello to Bebo and Buddy and Randy's pup Blue and Cecil. Hello, Stella. Stella's
hi, Stella.
Stella's a cool dog.
Cecil's not here. Blue's
take a
not
message
here.
for Cecil. Serge Rhymes a lot says, "Whoa, Randy, take a shot. Calm down."
What?
Vermont Dog says, "Why is Randy sighing so much, yo? Does he need an inhaler?"
Maybe.
But then Fifth Letter says, "I believe Randy's right. I heard Devin Booker kick Durant in the calf when he got there. Just hauled off and kicked him as hard as he could.
Well,
right in the calf."
that could have happened here. So that's not a Team USA issue. That they're already teammates.
I mean, again, what's more important, an NBA championship or a Olympic gold medal?
Yes.
Right now,
I think
it's the Olympics. Right now, it's the Olympics.
It's
then
both.
why
You
don't
can
they
do
make
both.
an Olympic team? Keon, that's what I want to know. Why doesn't NBA make an Olympic team?
They haven't really needed to. You know, I mean, one of these days it's going to catch them and burn them, but they haven't needed to.
I think it's already burned them.
I don't
hasn't
think
it?
I don't think so. Well, they haven't lost
Since the Dream Team. Come on.
No, I mean they did get burned by the 2000 team, I think, where they just let anybody go. But after that, they started sending the stars.
Hey, Keon.
Yeah.
Did you get a text message today from Dylan Cohen?
I did.
Yeah, it's we should have had him on the phone already.
Oh, is this now the time?
It's 3:18 was really the time.
My bad.
Nobody texted me.
Whoops.
Let's get him on the phone. Let's get him on the phone.
I'm working on it right now.
So here's what's going on. We've this is the first day we're supposed to do a thing, and then I thought we had sorted out doing a thing, and well, in classic Daily Blender form, we didn't do a thing. So now we're going to do a thing. We're going to do that thing right now. Here's what the thing is. It's a new feature daily here on the Daily Blender. Generally supposed to be in about 14 minutes ago, but it's we'll get it right. But at 3:20 every day, we're going to hear from Dylan Cohen. No, not about a line of credit. He doesn't do that anymore. We're going to hear from Dylan Cohen about his best tips and advice on beating the book. It's called Beat the Book with Dylan Cohen, and he's going to just give us some ideas and kind of talk about what he's betting and what his picks and stuff are. So we should probably get him doing the NFL picks contest too when it comes around. We got Dylan on. Hey, Dylan. Sorry about that.
All good, guys. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you. So there's a link on 1580thefanatic.com. It's over on the right. You just kind of look down a little bit, and it's Beat the Book with Dylan Cohen. Explain to them what the big idea is, Dylan.
Yeah, so today is the inaugural edition of Beat the Book, which I will be hosting as a little segment here on the Daily Blender. And we're going to try and get this segment done as soon as we can every day. So that way you as the listener can turn around and act on some of the things that we talk about. But the goal here is just how the name of the segment reads. The goal is to have a takeaway that's going to help you make some money and beat the book. And I'm going to help share the knowledge and the experience that I've gained as a consistent sports bettor now for much of the past 6 years.
Not
And
just a
hopefully I
consistent
can
sports bettor.
share-
From what I've heard, a pretty successful one. I have heard the tales of glory about your, abilities as somebody who can pick an amazing parlay or, has that inside thought process on a good bet. So basically, just to paraphrase, Dylan Cohen, you've been killing it.
I try to be humble about it. There's been some big wins down the road, but just like any sports bettor, it's not always success. There's going to be some challenges in between. You're not going to win every single bet. I'll be the first person to say that. But, have I won some pretty ridiculous things in my time as a sports bettor? Absolutely. And, like I was saying before, my goal is to be able to give you guys, the listeners, a couple of takeaways. They might be literal bets to make. They might be strategies. They might be some tips. They might be some resources that you can look into for statistics to make you a little bit more informed about the bets that you're going to make. So that way you can beat the book and you can make some money like me.
All right. Well, let's get it going. What do you got for us today, Dylan?
So today is pretty interesting slate. We've got baseball back now from the All-Star break. We've had the luxury of seeing how some of these teams have played, after getting some time off. And among today's slate, where I really felt like there was a good opportunity for us as sports bettors, was specifically in the matchup between the Boston Red Sox and the Colorado Rockies. The Red Sox are coming into this matchup having lost 3 games in a row now to the Dodgers. And normally, you wouldn't really look at a team that's on a losing streak and say, oh, hey, let's go ahead and bet them to win. However, they are playing the team that is currently second to last in the National League. The Rockies did happen to pull off a win in their series against the Giants, and they are playing fairly well at home, but they're going to be going up against Tanner Houck tonight, who is the all-star pitcher for the Red Sox. And Tanner Houck, going all the way back to May 20th of this year, has won 9 out of 10 games that he has started in. So it's a pretty good track record right off the bat to go ahead and jump on the Red Sox bandwagon. But another reason why I really like this matchup is actually looking at the Rockies and looking at how many strikeouts they managed to get as a team. They are actually top 3 in all of Major League Baseball in having the most strikeouts. Their batters tend to strike out a lot. So what does that say for Tanner Houck? Well, you can start to look at his prop bets today. You can look at strikeouts. How many strikeouts is he going to get in this game? Most of these books are projecting him to get just a little bit over 5.5. They're leaning towards 6. So, when I look at this matchup tonight, Red Sox money line is definitely a safe bet. But if you want to, boost your odds a little bit more and get a little bit more out of your payout, you can combine that with Tanner Houck to get 5 or more strikeouts, a pretty conservative mark. And I would say that, in my opinion, that would be something that I'm going to put some money on tonight.
All right. So are you going to be tracking your different, wins, losses, or how are you going to be, sort of filling us in the next day at 1580thefanatic.com on how you're doing? Or are you going to keep like a running tally? How does this work?
So that's the plan up front. The way that we're setting this up is there's going to be a daily blog, so to speak, that we're going to feature on the 1580 The Fanatic website. You visit 1580thefanatic.com. You click on the image on the homepage that's Beat the Book with Dylan Cohen. That's going to take you right to the daily blog post where every day by, I'd say around noon, I'm going to have a post on there about, what I think are going to be the best bets of the day to make. And then, when we all reconvene here on the Blender, we'll take a look at, how we did the day before, what's on the slate for today, what are some things we can look forward to down the road. We are kind of in the dog days of summer right now, so historically, there isn't a whole lot going on. However, this year, we've got the Olympics, we've got the basketball tournament, we've got WNBA coming back to us in about 4 weeks. So there's going to be some things to look forward to on the horizon.
All right. So there you have it. That is Beat the Buzzer with Dylan Cohen. You can find his, like I was going to call it, a blog at 1580thefanatic.com. You just look over on the right side of the screen. You scroll down there, click on Beat the Buzzer with Dylan Cohen. I'm sorry, Beat the Book. I keep saying Beat the Buzzer, don't I? That's a habit. This is a game we used to play. Speaking of games, are you going to be in the picks contest with us this year, Dylan?
Of course, but it's just a little bit of a bummer. I don't think I'm eligible for that grand prize if I win.
Well, you were eligible in the past, and I still kicked your ass. So no problem. You did. You were in there,
Jeffrey,
right?
I will give it to you. You have a remarkable talent for NFL regular season wins and losses. Ever since we've done that pick'em, like you've historically always been towards the top. And I think, what was it, a few years ago when the Cardinals had that 8-0 start to the season, and I think that was the same year that Kyler Murray had the big Hail Mary to D-Hop in the Bills game. I mean, I rode the momentum of the Cardinals that year, and I think that, was a big part of why I was successful with it. And then every year after that, I just kind of sunk with the Cardinals. So that is a tough game to be successful at. And, maybe I'll learn something from you and, have a better year this year on the pickup.
No, here's the thing about the pick'em. My wife is like, why don't you start gambling those picks? Because I said, the minute I do, I'm going to lose everything. I don't know what it is. For some reason, I think if I start to think about it that way, I won't be able to pick as well. But tell you when it comes to the money line, when it comes to parlay, you're the guy we're going to be listening to and getting our advice from going forward. So everybody, one more time, you can go on, check him out on the website. It is Dylan Cohen. That's right. Beat the Book with Dylan Cohen. Dylan, we'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right. We got to take a break. We're running late. We'll be back with more of the Daily Blender after this here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Broken bricks, falling fences, damaged doors, Gorilla Glue. Of course. It's incredibly strong and 100% waterproof and bonds, well, virtually everything. While you're at it, look for Gorilla Tape, a heavy-duty double-thick duct tape, and Gorilla Super Glue, great for all your quick fixes and repairs. There's also Gorilla Epoxy, Gorilla Wood Glue, Gorilla Construction Adhesive. Of course. You get it. If you can break it, Gorilla can fix it. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Hi, guys. Jeffrey O'Brien here. Have you ever gone to HarmonSolar.com? Well, you really need to, because everything you ever wanted to know about how solar power can save you big on your monthly electric bill is right there. It's online. Through your phone or through your computer, you can learn about tax credits, the equipment they use, look at how they do things for businesses as well as homeowners, see testimonials from happy customers, and I hear they got a pretty good podcast, too. Check it out. Go to HarmonSolar.com. That's HarmonSolar.com.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit NoTimeToWait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
O'Reilly. Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. Need advice? We've got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Have you ever lifted a piece of furniture only to discover the carpet underneath looks brand new while the rest of it looks, well, not brand new? That's when you realize you need new carpet. At the Home Depot, we have a wide selection of all the top brands. Best of all, installation is included. So all you need to do is choose something that matches your style. Start your carpet project today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Installation included with qualifying purchases. Exclusions apply. For licenses, see homedepot.com/license numbers.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do.
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Celebrating 30 years of AmeriCorps in Arizona looks like more than 27,000 members, 29 million hours served, nearly 75 million in scholarships, millions of lives changed. When you sign up for AmeriCorps in Arizona, you make a difference. Also, earn a living stipend, plus education scholarships. Join the movement by signing up at serve.az.gov. That's serve.az.gov. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Youth, Faith, and Family.
Will Shakespeare here. Back in my day, I invented over 1,700 slang words like swagger, bedazzled, and my personal favorite, besmirch. But even I have trouble understanding slang words like yeet or bougie or
this is fire.
Actually, it is extremely smooth Shakespeare vodka.
Okay, boomer.
See what I mean? But there is one word that describes the pure quadruple distilled spirit crafted from an 8th century Polish recipe the first time you try it.
So lit.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Shakespeare vodka. So lit.
Your home for sports.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Today's blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So Dylan Cohen gets on, gives his betting advice. Randy runs off to start making bets, but he went all the way to Vegas. So I guess he'll be back tomorrow. Maybe Ralph will join us here in a little bit. 888-368-1580. Monkey Puncher says, I have been waiting very patiently for Dylan Cohen to come on the air. Well, yeah, sorry about that. He made it on eventually. Bear Claw says, did Monkey Puncher give Dylan Cohen the okay to quit his job? Well, who said he quit his job? I'm not telling you anything personal about Dylan Cohen's life. All I'm telling you is he's going to be on every day and giving us some good betting advice. That's all. Fifth letter says, Randy, I'm going to be honest with you. KD knows damn well he has a better chance of getting a gold medal than winning a ring with the Suns. Hey.
Easy there.
That was very Ralph-like, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, why is it we all want Manfred out and call for his resignation after the drunken national anthem? Instead, the president disappears and tweets his resignation. It's your turn, Manfred. I don't think the girls singing the national anthem drunk had anything to do with Manfred. I think everybody wants him out because he sucks as a commissioner.
Yeah, he sucked before that, and for many reasons that had nothing to do with that. It seemed like she herself showed up drunk to sing the national anthem.
Yeah. She sang the national anthem like Manfred, commissions baseball.
Yeah, in that he is also always drunk. But that's the reason why people want him out, is the part where he's the baseball commissioner and he's bad at being the baseball commissioner.
Right. He's bad at things, Baker's Cocky Hens. That's just a simple fact right there. 888-368-1580. So LeBron James is going to be the flag bearer for Team USA. Now, when they say flag bearer for Team USA, they don't mean just the basketball, right? They mean all of Team USA, right?
Yeah.
Like he's going to be
Team
the front.
USA, as in all of the athletes representing the United States of America in these Olympics coming up here in a few weeks. So the first time a men's basketball player has had the honor, which is crazy. I would have assumed that's happened before, but no, this is the first time.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. I mean, I got no problem with that. Yeah. Again,
look, like LeBron's won the U.S. a bunch of gold. So
sure.
If anybody is worthy of the honor.
Yeah, I'm not mad at LeBron. I've never been mad at LeBron. I don't care for him sometimes as a player. Sometimes, I think he can be dopey. But as far as what he does for the community, as far as what he does as a person, I got no problem with him. I got no problem with him.
He's a family man. He never gets in trouble with anything.
Yeah. When have you ever heard him get in trouble except for with his mouth? He said some
scandal.
dumb crap. But
Yeah, but who hasn't?
Exactly. We say it daily on this show. So I got no problem with LeBron. I don't like him when he's on other people's teams against my team. And, yes, Yes, I root for the Warriors against LeBron when they've played in the past. Yes, he does sort of take the villain turn, at least for me. But right now, Team USA, thank God we got LeBron James, because that's a guy with experience. That's a guy with physical ability, even in his old age. This is a guy who can make things happen, and he made things happen against South Sudan, and he made things happen against Germany. So we didn't get our asses embarrassed, because that was very close to happening. So you want to let LeBron James carry the flag for all of Team USA? I got no problem with it.
He's already carrying the men's basketball team for Team USA. You might as well just add a flag to it. Why not? I mean, he is also the oldest member of the team. Everyone on that team has looked up to LeBron James at some point or another.
Is he the oldest Olympian?
I don't think he is, but
he
might be close.
Interesting. Is LeBron James the oldest person on the Olympic team at 47? Beer Bob says, so is LeBron going to be out for the first 2 to 3 games because of shoulder soreness for, having to carry the flag? No, he's not Anthony Davis. He's not oft injured like Anthony Davis. I don't know, trying to figure out how old is LeBron? I said he was 47, and that just slipped through. I think, is he 39? Is he 40 now?
Yeah, LeBron is 39.
Ooh, I was close.
He will be 40 in December.
All right, Ralph. I see Ralph on the screen there. Is he on the Is he on the line? Hey, Ralph.
Hello.
I was saying nice things about your LeBron James.
You should. He's carrying the Team USA right now.
Well, we just said that.
Yeah, I mean, without him, they're 0-2.
Well, it's all exhibition stuff. And they've played like 4 games.
But they would have lost both. I mean,
they've played 4 games. You're just saying they would have lost these last 2 games.
Yeah. It's funny. I was watching it, and they look so discombobulated as a team. It's like 5 guys just doing one-on-one stuff. And then they all look at LeBron and go, here, please save us. And then he does.
You know what it reminds me of when Beal joined the Suns last season. And then it's just whenever he's out on the floor, you're like, do you know where you're supposed to be?
Yeah.
Why does it feel like you don't want to interrupt what the other guys are doing? They're literally paying you $50 million. If you think that you can get to the basket, interrupt. But like you have like a bunch of guys that are just, they're all the dominant forces on their own team. And they're not quite sure where they fit in the rankings of, hey, who's taking the last shot in this game? And it's LeBron has no problem just being, yeah, that's me.
Yep.
Donnie says, LeBron is my age. Stop saying he's old. Oh, Donnie, come on, man. You look way older than him.
He's 40. And for a basketball player, 40's old.
Yeah, for basketball, it looks like he's about to say, you've chosen wisely. Random texter says, though LeBron might be the oldest, probably someone on the Skeet team or something like that might be older. What was your determination? Who's the oldest person?
Oh, I haven't even found that yet.
Just Google it. I mean, they got that AI thing in Google now, which I find very helpful. Ralph Has Crabs says, there goes the show quality. Ralph is on.
Whatever. He just brought the show up a notch.
Yeah, Ralph Has Crabs. Thank you for that. Ralph Has Crabs.
I took the medication. It's gone. You should block him and he should be gone.
I'm just saying his name. Thank you, Ralph Has Crabs. It'd be fun is if we just doubled it. His name is now Ralph Has Crabs. Ralph Has Crabs. Like it's 2 times you have to say it.
It should be Ralph Had Crabs.
Ralph had wife, if that were true. Anyway, so hey, remember Dwayne Wade?
Yeah.
Let's see if we agree with this statement. Dwayne Wade believes that he could have stolen Michael Jordan's GOAT status and title if he hadn't gotten injured. Was Dwayne Wade playing at a level that if he had not gotten injured, that he would have been the GOAT? We wouldn't even be thinking about Michael Jordan. All we'd be thinking about today is Dwayne Wade's greatness.
You'd still be thinking about Michael Jordan, but let's not downplay how great Dwayne Wade was.
But was he that great? Because he says, when I had it, I had it. Yeah. Before the injuries, I was like, MJ, I'm coming for you. That was my mentality. I thought I was coming for MJ. Thought I was going to be the greatest because I figured out very early in the league, my second year, I knew I was great. And then he got hurt.
And he won a title, by the way, in that second year. And they put it on Dwayne Wade and basically said, hey, look, you've got old Shaq. He can help you. he's not the guy on this team. It's you. And he did something I never thought a player that age, at that point in his career, could actually do. He put a team on his back and he carried him to a championship.
But he wasn't Jordan. Come on. He was great, but he wasn't Jordan. Let's not get crazy here.
We won't know for sure.
Yeah, but was he in that conversation? Was he playing at that level? Yes, he was.
I don't know if he was even in the conversation.
Go back and watch prime Dwayne Wade.
To me, it's Jordan and Kobe is that conversation.
Dwayne Wade blows Kobe out of the water.
Oh, come on.
Yes, he does. He does.
Come on.
The second greatest shooting guard of all time is Dwayne Wade.
Absolutely not.
It's Dwayne Wade.
You're smoking. Dude.
No, I'm not.
So
who's second? Who's second if it's not D Wade?
He had a championship and an MVP final for the finals before he was even 25.
He was Dwayne Wade before the injury. Then when he injured his knee and could not get the explosiveness that he had earlier, we don't even know what we lost when we had that injury with Dwayne.
Some stars shine bright and then they fizzle out fast. So
it happens, and
we'll never know. All right, guys, 1 hour down and 2 to go. Come on back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey, can you turn Randy's tie line
Welcome to Staples, young man. Tomorrow's my big day. Big day? First grade. Aw. Well, Staples has crayons, markers, glue. I need a laptop. Oh, yeah, sure. With Staples Hot Deals, you can save up to $300 on select PCs for school. Wait. The finances are mom's department. Right. I'm looking for performance, like a Core i7 processor. Boy, first grade has really changed. Tell me about it.
Save big on tech for school with super low Staples Hot Deals. Right now, get up to $300 off select PCs at Staples. Ends 8/24.
Hey, guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Did you know Harman Solar has gone super high tech? There's an amazing tool at harmansolar.com that'll give you an instant ballpark solar estimate using satellites from space. You just type in a little information, and within seconds, you'll have an idea of just how little money it takes to save big on that monthly electric bill. I did it, and within seconds, they measured my roof and calculated my savings. It's very impressive. Go to harmansolar.com and give it a try yourself. That's harmansolar.com.
Have you ever lifted a piece of furniture only to discover the carpet underneath looks brand new while the rest of it looks, well, not brand new? That's when you realize you need new carpet. At the Home Depot, we have a wide selection of all the top brands. Best of all, installation is included. So all you need to do is choose something that matches your style. Start your carpet project today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Installation included with qualifying purchases. Exclusions apply for licenses. See homedepot.com/license numbers.
O'Reilly. Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. Need advice? We've got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's that time of year across Arizona. Working in high temperatures can cause a workplace injury. Cramps, rashes, exhaustion, dizziness, even heat stroke. Know the signs and protect yourself from a heat stress injury. Get plenty of water, rest, and shade while at work. Learn more from the Industrial Commission of Arizona. Just visit heat.az.gov. That's heat.az.gov. This message is sponsored by the Industrial Commission of Arizona.
Everybody's got a podcast these days. Comedy, politics, true crime, you name it. But how many actually teach you anything useful? Harman Solar has an entertaining podcast that is vital if you've been thinking about looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Ralph and Ben explore the intricacies of utilities, equipment, processes, and more. Their primary objective is to educate and empower you to make informed decisions on your solar journey. So increase your knowledge, not your bills. Go check it out right now. It's the Harman Solar Podcast at harmansolar.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside not Randy White, but Ralph from Harman Solar just jumped in. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Mr. Pink Eye says, what? Former co-host Cohen is back? No. That's Dylan Cohen. He's going to be giving us betting advice every day at 3:20. So that's absolutely not. See, here's the difference. This Cohen wins bets. So there you go. That's why we're going to be talking to him.
And does not kill horses.
No horses will be harmed in this segment. Weso Grande says, I'm really glad I discovered 1580 The Fanatic. I really appreciate Jeffrey's humor, Keon's knowledge, and Randy's passion. Suck it, Ralph.
Wow. What have I ever done to that guy?
I have
I don't
no
even know
idea.
this guy.
I think he just he joined
He's
the
actually-
fourth dimension.
He's texted on my show before. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, he just sounds like he has a perfect understanding. Fifth letter says, somebody smack Keon, please. Well, we have nobody available to do that, but we'll give me a Post-it note. I'll
Post-it.
Sure. Sir Drives a Lot says, did I hear Keon say that Dwayne Wade was better than Kobe?
Yeah,
No.
You heard that drunk statement. Yes.
No, I wasn't drunk when I said it. I
should
am
have been.
stone cold sober.
Trying to help
The peak of Dwayne Wade's career, guy was averaging like 30 a game. They didn't call this man the Flash for no reason. And the fact that you all are saying that it's not even close tells me you didn't watch it. Like that is insane.
They called him the Flash because he was a Flash in the pan.
No, well, he
Ooh.
wasn't. Well, okay, that's the injuries. He's not saying his whole career is better than Kobe's whole career because no one is saying that. He's saying had he not been injured, he would have been chasing Jordan. And I think had Dwayne Wade not been injured, he'd be chasing Jordan.
But
that's
here's
not
the
a crazy thing to say.
Here's the thing. Here's the argument, though. He had to play at a pace and in a way that would inevitably injure him. He was never going to be able to maintain that to be as good or better than Kobe or Jordan.
I don't know that. I just don't. Like
That's a good point.
Like that.
But
there's
I
just-
sounded pretty smart saying it. And
Yeah,
I
I mean,
appreciate
look,
that about me.
I just think that when we look back on the history of the NBA and guys because of injuries who have been forgotten, Dwayne Wade's up there with guys to me that just should be remembered better because of how great they were, and the window where he was at his prime just wasn't as long as it should have been for us to remember him that way. But like they joined Dwayne Wade when LeBron and Chris Bosh went. He didn't go to Toronto. They didn't go to Cleveland. He went to Miami. And that means something.
I mean, for those of you that grew up in the 80s, I mean, I look at Dwayne Wade as kind of like when in Rome, it's a one-hit wonder.
But it's not a one-hit wonder.
He lasted for a tiny bit, then he was gone. He's like when in Rome. He's like those kind of
Dwayne
bands.
Wade
Bow
from
Wow
2004 to 2011. That's not 1 year.
So you're
It's a
saying
one-hit wonder for almost a decade.
So you're saying it's like
come
the
on,
weekend
stop.
warriors of basketball players.
Weekend Warriors are just more than one hit.
Yeah,
I got
like,
two
no,
tweets
and,
I have
and
to
that's
hit
the
on
thing.
that,
Like, it's hard for me to take you
Are you
seriously
LeBron
in this
carrying them?
conversation.
No, absolutely.
When you're saying that Dwayne Wade was a one-hit wonder. The guy played great basketball for nearly 10 years.
He was a great player, but he wasn't Kobe. That's a ridiculous.
He was better.
No, absolutely not.
Bat Flipper says you
better.
need to drug test Keon. Same thing to be said about T-Mac. Jordan, Kobe, Drexler were better shooting guards than Wade. He was a beast, but more in Pippen's mold. He's only putting the Scottie Pippen thing on him because LeBron.
How
stood next to him.
many teams did Scottie Pippen lead a championship
I'd
to?
say he's better than Pippen.
How many teams? Dwayne Wade led a team to a championship because that
Right.
version of Shaq wasn't leading anybody anywhere.
Scotty led 0.
Okay, so what
I
are
agree
we
with you on
talking
Scotty.
about?
I agree with you about Scotty.
And it's just Drexler was better than Wade. Stop. Drexler's come on.
Different era.
It's a different era, but like
different kind of player.
okay, and like you can't do the well. You're so young, you didn't get to because I watched Kobe's whole career.
I
That
know.
was my dude growing up. So I don't want to hear this.
But you're wrong. It's okay. You don't have to hear
we
it,
don't
but
we
you're
don't
wrong.
have to agree. But but when you say he's a one-hit wonder, that can't be the case. He's got 3 rings.
Can he be like a one album wonder?
And he
Yeah, he
was,
could be an
and
album,
he was
like
absolutely the guy on
We'll
the
give him an
first
album.
championship team he got. Name another person on that team besides Shaq and Udonis Haslem.
Those aren't two bad names.
That's an all right name, but Okay, name another human being on the roster.
Oh, I can't.
Okay.
They're role
So
players.
it's like exactly. So let's not
I
go
can
ahead.
name somebody,
right?
but you wouldn't
'Cause
know.
You
if I was
can't go
telling the
ahead. You
truth or
can't go
not.
ahead and say that for like a Michael Jordan, where it's like the championship teams Jordan was on. Those are great teams. Like,
Alonzo the Glove.
I'm not putting Wade above Jordan, but
when,
like
when Jordan played, he won championships.
I tried bat flipper.
yeah, and the league was not as deep.
Right, but Jordan he's next level.
Yeah, but so was Dwayne Wade, and he's not saying he was on Jordan's level his whole career. He's saying had I not been injured, I would have had that chance.
Well, everybody has that chance, don't they? I mean, I have a chance. I have
Well,
a chance
yeah,
right now.
But if you have an injury that robs you of that,
Well, I have
then
chronic
no.
diarrhea, so
Well,
that's
listen,
been my biggest problem.
That's an injury.
Some burritos do that to you.
No, it's just constant. Hurry Harry says Ralph is totally correct about Kobe and Dwayne. And did I just hear Ralph join? Now we can talk about real football. Go Seahawks.
There we go.
Oh, brother.
Go Hawks.
Do you guys still have a team?
Hell yeah.
Oh, who's your quarterback?
What do you mean? Who's our quarterback? Geno Smith.
Oh, all right, okay.
Wait,
The
why
Dwayne,
are we laughing about Geno?
he's the Dwayne Wade of.
No, he's not.
not
What season did Geno ever reach the peak where you're like, you know what? One of the three best players in football is Geno Smith.
This season. I can see in the future this season.
We go through this every year, and then he disavows all knowledge.
That's true. By week 9, Matthew Stafford is his guy.
Yeah. Average Joe says Dwight Howard at just 26 years old, he was 6-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA first team, 1-time All-NBA third team, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, 4-time All-Defensive first team, 1-time All-Defensive second team, 4-time NBA rebound leader, 2-time NBA block leader, runner-up to MVP. This is 2011. Dude was a monster and had a better career than Jokic and Giannis even did at their ages.
Yeah. Dwight Howard
was a great player.
Is also one of those guys. When they did their NBA 50, were the top 50 players in NBA history, and they did not have Dwight Howard on that list, that was wrong.
Agreed.
Fifth letter says Wade is great, but you can't ever be put him in front of Kobe.
Why
Shooting
not?
guards, MJ 1, Kobe 2.
Why? Like
Because fifth letter said so. That's why.
Okay. Like you say I can't, but it's
I
like
don't
you need an explanation as to why I can't. It just
yell at him. I don't know. I'm just reading the damn.
No, I'm asking him to answer
Oh,
for
I thought you
himself.
were asking me.
Yeah,
You're
no.
asking-
Like
yeah.
why not?
The Jet says, "Come on, guys, it's Monday. Why is Ralph on?"
Wow.
Because
Jet.
we like him.
He says, "Listen, no." He says, "Listen. At least when he's on later in the week, I can drink, but I try not to drink on a Monday."
Well, first of all, you should be drinking on Mondays.
Yeah,
And
pour
second
him a
off,
beer.
Hope you crash, Jet.
He says, "I'm gonna need to get through his fan base criticism and his crappy professional team seat likes." Okay.
What?
I don't know. 888-368-1580. So, well, all right. So Dwayne Wade, but here's the thing. You did get injured. So that's
sit down.
Yeah.
who you are.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean
You
that
were
if
great.
somebody-
And then unfortunately injury took you out, but
he didn't run to the headquarters of CNN or Fox News or whatever
Yeah.
news station you like to watch and grab the microphone from whatever anchor was sitting there and go, "Hey guys, listen. If I had never been injured, I would have been better than Kobe." Like,
wait a second. Are you calling into question the integrity of reporting by Carmelo Anthony? Are you trying to tell me that Carmelo Anthony it does not have journalistic integrity?
He doesn't have any because he's
got a podcast.
Oh, wow.
So does
So
Gilbert
does-
Arenas, but
so
look
does
at the
Harmon
things
Soler.
that
What's
he
your point?
says. But, like,
Everybody's got a
yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, that's a good point. You have mentioned it many times. I do think that with Wade, he was asked that honest question, and that is his honest opinion, so he gave it. Like that. That's not his fault for answering the question the way he did. If he really believes that, we can argue about whether or not he's crazy. But like he
I
did
don't
get
think
injured.
anybody's criticizing him for saying it.
Yeah, but to say that he did get injured, so like shut up. It's like, well, no. If
Well,
someone
no, I
asks
didn't say
you,
shut up either. Don't put
no,
words in my mouth.
Ralph was the one that
I
said
did.
so. He said shit.
Oh, okay.
He said he should sit
Hey, Ralph,
down.
shut up.
Yeah. So
I'm
like,
used to that.
so I've kind of combined your words. A little unfair, but I do think that he answered the question as honestly as he could have. That's
The unfortunate thing is once you get injured, then it's like, okay, Was he shot in the knee, or did he hurt his knee in a game? You know, something like that. Was he taking care of his body as well as he should to help him get where he needs to go? Was he doing all the things he needed to do, or was this just a thing where he was a victim of circumstance
and he's just unlucky? Yeah,
that's just the way life goes. Though, man.
I don't think it's as tragic as like the Brandon Roy or the Greg Odens of the world, or the Bill Waltons or guys like that, where it's like, man, you got robbed, and I feel bad for you, man. Like, I don't think it's that bad, because he did get to win a title. he did have an NBA career where he's going to be a Hall of Famer, and he's recognized in Miami. He'll never have to buy another drink in that town again. So I don't want to make it seem like it's that level.
Good thing he got his chip early.
Yeah, when he could capitalize on his athleticism, he did.
Guess what? He's got the Charles Barkley doesn't have.
Thank you, Shaq.
Yeah,
Thank you.
the thing is, he carried Shaq, and you can ask Shaq. Shaq was the one that Shaq metaphor.
If there's a fire,
no one
guess
could
who's not going to
literally
make it if I got to carry him.
Nobody can literally carry Shaq.
You're like, Jeffrey O'Brien got slightly singed while trying to drag Shaq out of the room by his feet.
But when they were playing Dallas, in that championship, and Shaq was on the team, Shaq told Dwayne Wade, look, if you don't figure out a way to step this up, we're not winning. Yeah, Shaq turned the team over to D Wade.
It was D Wade's team,
and he answered the bell.
But Shaq was a critical piece.
Well, yeah, but you can't. Nobody wins a championship without critical pieces. So I'm not. Yeah. So, but I'm saying, even if you have a Shaq on your team, and he's the guy at that point in Shaq's career, he wasn't like a joke yet. He wasn't like Cleveland Cavaliers Shaq or Boston Celtics Shaq. He was still pretty serious. Look, I tried to avoid that. Look,
why you gotta hurt me like that? Just leave that out.
I literally talked around that one. So, he was still at a big enough stage in his career that it meant a lot that he was able to say to Dwayne Wade, "You're the guy."
I mean, Kobe won with Pau Gasol.
That's a Hall of Famer.
That was.
I know he was a Hall of Famer,
but he was a marshmallow. He was a powder puff.
That was his reputation.
He was. I watched him for years. That was a powder puff.
Yeah, that was his reputation. But like Pau Gasol was very important.
He was a piece, but he
wasn't just a piece. He was the second best player on the team.
He wasn't going to win anything on his own.
Maybe not, but at that stage in Shaq's career, neither was he.
No, Radio Ron says, I don't drink on Mondays either, but it's got to be Tuesday somewhere. Here. Hurry Harry says Jordan got injured as well. Well, not as badly as Dwayne Wade.
And that's the thing, is like the kind of injury, the nature of your injury, it really does determine the rest of your career. I forget the name of the Bengals quarterback, but there was a guy that they drafted back in the early 90s, and I was talking to a scout one time, and he was like, that dude could have been the greatest quarterback any of us had ever seen. Destroyed his ACL in a Rookie of the Year campaign and never got back on track. So like, the nature of the injury matters too. It's not just Jordan got injured, Wade got injured, Jordan came back and kept winning, Wade didn't, Jordan greater than Wade. Like, your argument's going to have to be a little bit more nuanced.
Not everything is always exactly the same.
Like the injuries just aren't the same.
Fifth letter says statistics, Keon. If you go around asking 500 NBA players whether Kobe or Wade after MJ, you're crazy to think it'd be close to 50-50.
You mean the guy who died a hero and legend is going to be polled higher than the guy who wasn't that?
What does that have to do with his death?
It's just that, if you go around and ask 500 NBA players,
but it has nothing to do with him
dying. Kobe has a legend status. He had it before he died, but let's not act like it didn't go to another level afterwards.
Kobe's the greatest player of your time outside of Jordan, period.
It's LeBron, but I don't really think
no, it's not LeBron.
It's LeBron James.
No, it's not.
You don't tell me who the greatest player of my time is.
We know your time. We can do that. We're old.
It's LeBron James. It is LeBron James.
Old people can do anything they want.
I mean, I have tried to stop old people before. They're
no
very persistent. Yeah,
you shouldn't even try.
LeBron's in the conversation, but he's no Kobe.
I would put LeBron above Kobe.
Oh my God! Can we just stop this show right now?
Yeah,
this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm game. I could go take a nap.
I'm not putting anybody above Jordan. Jordan's in the category by himself.
Bat Flipper says Greg Oden is LeBron's dad.
Sir Greg Drives Oden a lot. Like he was old enough to be LeBron's dad. So
Sir Drives a Lot says, I've heard GOAT conversations with Kobe's name included. Never heard one with D Wade included.
I didn't put D Wade in a GOAT conversation.
No, you said you could have been. He could have been if he wouldn't have got it.
Yeah, but he did. Like I'm dealing in the reality, but I'm also saying that like you can't say that D Wade on the track that he was on wouldn't have been in that conversation. He absolutely would have been.
We don't know.
Swazman says, Jeffrey, maybe they could use Shaq and Charles Barkley to just do the old game that we used to play, pile on to death row inmates, just squish the guys. Oh, that's a humane way to finish the job. Why not? I think these guys have better things to do. That's expensive. You'd have to pay them a lot, which, by the way, we thought they were going to be free to go and just do whatever they want. I don't know if you guys heard the news, but Warner Brothers says they're matching some of the contracts that, Amazon was trying to do. So basically, inside the NBA might be continuing past this year. This is a huge surprise. It says Turner Sports intends to continue its longtime relationship with the NBA and match Amazon Prime's offer. Well, that's huge. I did not see that coming. Did you see that coming?
I didn't see it coming. It is absolutely huge. It keeps this on cable. It may keep inside the NBA together, which I think is also important. Because those guys are just great ambassadors for the sport. Like, if nothing else, they're good for that, and they are, I think, better for more than that. And I do think that having a basketball, a basketball coverage, a basketball game that can happen during the week and it's not behind a paywall and all that stuff. Like, I just think that's huge. I like that a lot for basketball.
Yeah, I was very happy to hear this. And here was the statement. We reviewed the offers and matched one of them. This will allow fans to keep enjoying our unparalleled coverage, including the best live game productions in the industry and our iconic studio shows and talent, while building on our proven 40 blah, 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 blah. Yeah, just the whole point was, they didn't say inside the NBA. They didn't say that, but I think that's what the iconic was. But so I guess Amazon's going to get some, TNT's going to get some, everybody's going to get some, and hopefully that show that we like will continue. 888-368-1580. It's been widely reported that you will not be getting some.
Why not?
Your wife has.
Getting some,
have you not read your wife's blog?
Yeah, unfortunately, I have.
Oh my God.
Moist One says LeBron is so much better than Kobe.
Oh my gosh. Moist One. That's ridiculous.
Brunswick guy says, why is Keon yelling? It's scaring my kids. We're at the park on a picnic. You got to start turning the show off and spend more time with your kids.
It's getting to the point where I don't have anything to say to Brunswick guy.
Fifth letter says, Keon, you and I are the same age, and Kobe is the greatest player of our time. You tripping, bro. Sit down.
Wow.
I wouldn't listen to him. He's a Lakers fan.
I'm already sitting. But I didn't say that Dwayne Wade was a better player of our age. I did say LeBron was, because he is.
No.
Baker's
because for 20 years we've gotten the same thing. And there was a time where if you were in the Eastern Conference, no, you couldn't, because there was a point where in the Eastern Conference you could not get to the NBA Finals because that spot belonged to LeBron. Kobe missed a couple playoffs, man.
Baker's Cocky Hen says Grant Hill's injury ruined his chances of GOAT status more than D Wade.
Well, yeah, but he got injured earlier, so we're not having that same conversation with. If Grant Hill got as far in D Wade's career as D Wade got to, we would be having such a different conversation about the existence of Grant Hill. It would be absurd. But we're not, because he got injured earlier, and that's not his fault, but it's a different conversation.
So random texter here is he's basically here to ruin the conversation and force us to move on to something else.
Oh boy, here we go.
Talk Kobe, Jordan, LeBron. None of those guys are the GOATs compared to Nolan Ryan. Oh, Jesus. Nolan Ryan is the only true GOAT of any of the four major sports.
We're not doing the all-time across four major sports GOAT conversation. We were having a basketball conversation.
This is what you get from a communist.
What on earth are we doing right now? And also, the answer would be Nolan Ryan.
So now there's word that the TNT deal may not be
oh my God.
the final outcome because of something that Amazon said. Let's take a break. We'll come back and fill you in on that. George has the update. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do.
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Total Wireless is made to totally keep up with you. We now have unlimited data that never slows you down. Covered by the Verizon 5G network. And for less than $30 a month, we make your phone your ride or die. Switch now and pick a free 5G phone with qualified plan purchase. And your fourth line at no additional cost. Visit your local Total Wireless store today. Total Wireless, we're totally with you. Actual speeds may vary by location. For data management practices, see TotalWireless.com.
With T-Mobile, you can get tons of benefits and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. Because nobody likes having to choose. It's like getting romance and sci-fi.
Jane, I love you. Also, I'm a robot.
Or being a dog person and a cat person.
Who wants a treat? Who's a good boy?
Or like being an extrovert and an introvert.
Woo! This is so fun! I can't wait to go home.
At T-Mobile, you don't have to choose. You can get the benefits you want and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. See how much you can save with our savings calculator at T-Mobile.com/switch. Plus, when you switch, you can keep your phone and we'll pay it off up to $800.
Via virtual prepaid card in 15 days. Qualifying unlocked device, credit, service, and timely redemption required. Card has no cash access and expires in 6 months. See T-Mobile.com.
Have you ever lifted a piece of furniture only to discover the carpet underneath looks brand new while the rest of it looks, well, not brand new? That's when you realize you need new carpet. At the Home Depot, we have a wide selection of all the top brands. Best of all, installation is included. So all you need to do is choose something that matches your style. Start your carpet project today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Installation included with qualifying purchases. Exclusions apply. For licenses, see homedepot.com/license numbers.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste, so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Ken Barkley here, reminding you to check out You Better You Bet. Why, you ask? Well, because we bring the fun, the insight, and all the wagertainment you need. Plus, hopefully, we win a couple bets along the way. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come with them, obviously. Plus, betting analysis from some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. Join myself and Nick Costos and tune into You Better You Bet. Weekdays from noon to 3 on Arizona's sports betting station 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Today, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So just shortly before the program started, we heard that TNT had stepped up and matched Amazon, and whatever the offer was for the NBA media rights. And then George says, "Well, hold your horses." Today, Amazon said that they would better Warner Brothers Discovery offer by paying 3 years in advance.
Oh,
and
no.
So Amazon says, "Well, we're going to pay you $5.4 billion in rights fees up front." And it would make its offer financially impossible for TNT to match.
Wow.
Jeff Bezos, you son of a bitch.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like if you're buying a house and you're competing against other people, and you're like, I just want this house. You're like, here's all the just cash, boom, all. Yeah, but see, that's the thing. I don't know. I mean, I think that's a dirty pool. I feel like that when you're bidding for something like that, that should not make the difference. That what should make the difference is you've given somebody a right of refusal, and if they match it, the deal that was put forward originally did not require payment up front. So I'm curious how that how they're going to deal with that. What will the NBA do?
I think the NBA is going to sit out of this one and let the networks handle it out. I mean, like, it's, if the NBA is willing to say, hey, it means more for us to just have the money in hand, because guess what? If we have the money now, we can spend it now. We can do more things with it right this instant. Then, yeah, like that's going to be more valuable to them. So I think they're going to let them figure it out. And then when those two offers, if they're the same offer and one person is offering to pay today the whole thing, yeah, they're going to probably go with the guy that's going to pay today.
Well, that is a killer unless the Warner Brothers Discovery / TNT could just, I don't know, get a loan. I don't know how they.
I mean, because we're talking billions. Like, who would be giving you that money?
Oh, I know. TNT should go to Amazon and say, "Hey, can we borrow $5.4 billion?
No reason, just
till like Tuesday."
Because
Baker's Cocky Hen says, "Why Bezos? Why didn't he just buy TNT? Warner Brothers. He just buys that thing.
He could. He could, but what does he gain out of it?
Because then he has to buy that and the NBA deal.
Yeah, and there's a whole lot of infrastructure inside of Warner that maybe he doesn't want. Maybe he doesn't want it set up that way. Maybe what he's building is good enough for him that Warner's just going to die out as far as he's concerned. Why should he even concern himself with trying to buy it? Not everything that you can buy has value.
Like that shirt Ralph is wearing.
What's wrong with my shirt?
What? The Jet says 4-letter network is pushing to have LeBron as the greatest of all time. Yesterday, I got an update on my phone that said Team USA almost loses due to a missed layup. And within 5 minutes, I get the same alert on my phone that said Team USA wins because LeBron took over the game and made a layup to go up by 1. But here's the thing, Jet, that did actually happen. So it's not like it's not fake news.
He went on a personal 11-point run.
Yeah.
And won the game. It's like, what do you want? Like that you don't have to that's not a story that needs to be manufactured. If you have a team of the best players in the country, and then one guy is like, we're not losing, not like this, and then he personally scores 11 points in a row to end the game and wins it, there's no narrative being created. Not that ESPN doesn't do that.
When they constantly talk about the Lakers, when the Lakers are not a contender, that is the ESPNification of sports. When they constantly talk about the Dodgers, but then the Dodgers don't do anything, or they do the same thing with the Knicks, or they do the same thing with, it's the California and New York teams. They constantly would talk about them like they matter, even when they don't. So, that's not what this is.
And like LeBron is part of that. Like, there have been times where ESPN has taken time out of everyone's existence that was watching that to explain how great LeBron is. And it's like, we don't need this. Not right now. This is not relevant to what this is. But if you're talking about Team USA basketball and he's the player that stopped them from losing, then that's just a fact that happened.
T. Leisure says, well, looks like my Cubs have better things to do than make the playoffs. I think we'll be in sell mode next week. I was really hoping to be in playoff mode this season. So, bring on football. And he says, go Niners. We're going to talk about the Diamondbacks here in a moment. But before we get to that, I just want to say that I accidentally figured out golf a couple of years ago. I accidentally figured it out. I originally wanted to place a bet for Scheffler, but I accidentally placed a bet for Schauffele, whatever his name is.
Yes,
and then I won a lot of money that day. And I was like, ever since then, I'm like, well, if I'm betting on Scheffler, I'm betting on Schauffele. I'm going to always bet on both of them at the same time. And that continues to be an amazingly brilliant strategy because Scheffler's been on fire, right? So you're thinking, I'm going to put the money down on Scheffler. Well, then here comes Schaffhoffel. He just won the Open Championship over there in Scotland, right? And this is not even his first major. He's won a bunch of tournaments. Scheffler wins a bunch of tournaments. So I think your standard thing should always be, if you're betting on one, bet on the other.
I do exactly that.
Smart money right there.
When you started doing that, I started doing it. I copied you.
That's fine.
And
Greatness does not mind.
But it does work.
Sit on my coattails, oh Ralph.
I'm not sitting anywhere on you.
Enjoy that. So, Schauffele won that thing, and he's the first golfer in the Masters era, that would be since 1934, to have multiple final rounds of 65 or better in majors in the same year. He's killing it. Scheffler's killing it. So I'm just saying, SCH gets it done.
I guess that's the thing. It's hard to argue that the results are there.
Wilbur says Secretariat's the GOAT. No, he was a horse.
He's a horse.
Sir Drives a Lot says, is the GOAT of GOATs. Number 99.
Yeah, Gretzky was great.
Baker's Cocky Hen says Anthony Edwards scored 11 straight. He's the number one option, remember?
Yeah, I mean, so he said, but listen, I noticed something, and this is just part of what they call the alpha test. You get to the fourth quarter of these games, and the pecking order of this team shakes out exactly how you think it would. It's LeBron, it's Curry, it'll probably be Durant when he gets back, and then it's everybody else. Those are the guys that take over the game when the game's on the line.
Somebody needs to. All right, so let's talk about the Diamondbacks. So here's the thing over the weekend with the Diamondbacks. They won the series over the Cubs. It was 2-1. That last game, it wasn't great, but that's just been sort of the MO for the Diamondbacks for a while. They haven't lost a series since June 27th, and that's when they played the Twins. And so they seem to have a rhythm. They had a rhythm where they would lose the first game, win the next two. Then the rhythm changed to where they win the first two and they lose the last one. And it's probably something to do with pitching rotation. But, they kind of just sort of chugging along, doing their thing. So I feel like, hopefully they do something smart by the trade deadline. And I hope that they continue along just sort of consistently, but they got to up their game as they get closer to playoff time. They're going to have to put the pedal down a little bit. So here's what's happening here in just a little bit. You've got Yilber Diaz. Yilber. That's a hell of a name, Yilber.
Yeah.
It's like Wilbur, but they went one letter over. Yilber. Is that like a common name, or did they just make that up?
Oh, you're not asking the right people. I don't
Have
know.
you ever met a Yilber?
I have not ever met a Yilber.
Ralph?
Never.
No. Yilber Smith. Yeah, I know him very well.
Yilber Smith. I'm not making fun of the name. It's a cool name. Yilber. I just never heard that one. Yeah, but anyways, here's the deal on him. He already has one win and a 1.50 ERA, 7 strikeouts on a 92 whip. So he's going up against Cole Ragans of the Royals. And how are the Kansas City Royals looking right now? Is this going to be another good one for the Diamondbacks?
They're good.
Oh, they're good. Well, see, we tend to do better against good teams sometimes. You can't even say anything right now since we basically have the record against the Dodgers.
Why can't I say anything?
Because we just took you guys out 2-1 in a series just like a few weeks ago.
You're 8 games behind them.
You're not 8 games behind the Dodgers.
They are 8 games behind the Dodgers.
We're not 8 games behind anybody.
You're 8 games behind the Dodgers because the Dodgers just swept the Red Sox.
Oh, I saw that. that. I don't mind that. I don't mind. I only love I love the Red Sox when they beat the Yankees.
See, the Diamondbacks are probably not going to be buyers, in my opinion.
And they're going to be hold tight and see what happens.
I think they're going to hold tight, and I think that's a mistake. So the Dodgers released James Paxton today, which was surprise to everybody because when he pitches for the Dodgers, he's 14-5.
Why'd they release him?
Well, I'll tell you why in a second. But they released him today, and you can go after him, and you can get him for nothing. That would be a great move for the Diamondbacks right now. Go get that guy. He's a good pitcher. But they won't. I think they're going to sit around and they're not going to do anything. And I think the reason the Dodgers released him is they're about to make another pretty big trade. And it's going to either be with Detroit or with the White Sox. They're going after pitching. They're either going to get Crochet or Scabble, whatever that guy's name is. So they're going after another top end. Scabble.
Oh.
So, but it looks like Crochet and it looks like Ruiz is who they're going to grab from the White Sox, which would be really good for the Dodgers. So that's why I think they released Paxton. Plus, Kershaw had to come back to the active roster, and so did Glass now. So they both are back to the active. Kershaw's actually starting Thursday. So they're starting to get guys coming back. But this guy, Paxton, I'm telling you, he's been a solid pitcher for the Dodgers all year. And right now he's out there sitting there for nothing.
We have somebody named Yilber, though.
Yeah,
Yilber Diaz. Look, 12 innings.
I just don't see them,
ERA.
I don't see the Diamondbacks doing much.
Hefty Lefty says the D-backs are feeling the rhythm. They're feeling the rhyme. They're getting on top. It's playoff push time.
This ain't Cool Runnings.
That's it. That's all I got.
That sure is something.
What is you're trying to say? I didn't deliver it well.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not. It's not about you.
I'm saying it.
Just the.
It was very white out of your mouth.
Well, this is a very white mouth.
Yeah, I know.
I can't help that.
I'm just saying.
The D-backs are feeling the rhythm. They're feeling the rhyme. They're getting up on it, and it's playoff push time.
That's even worse.
Yeah, I know. I'm fumbling on that.
I think you were overthinking it more. That's the second time than the first time.
Yeah, you did. It got worse. Angry Texan says, Jeffrey, you're what we call in Texas a closeted Dodger fan. We don't like the Dodgers here in Texas. I don't like the Dodgers. They get on my nerves, but I don't hate them. I don't hate them in the same way I hate the Yankees.
And this guy's probably in Houston. Are you in Houston?
There's like levels to the hate.
Yeah, I don't want people tweaking in my pool like the Dodgers did. But, beyond that, I mean,
he's gone.
Got no problem. I know, but still, you tweak in the pool as a Dodger. So your people bear the stain.
Did you? I have to say this. You probably didn't see this last night, but if you were watching Sunday Night Baseball, did you see Ohtani hit a ball out of Dodger Stadium last night?
No, I didn't see it. But
he hit it
highlight
out of the stadium.
It's not even the longest home run of the year, you know.
It was 473 feet, but at Dodger Stadium, that's a shot.
Well, they're saying that they got a 478 foot home run. Hold on a second.
That was last night
from Jorge Soler.
Yeah, in Colorado.
The Giants.
That's where the longest home run of the year almost always is.
Yeah, I mean, if Ohtani hits that ball in Colorado, it's 500.
Yeah, like it's gone.
Ridiculous.
The ball's probably in orbit if he hits that in Colorado.
Yeah.
Just saying. Still, get Ohtani to Colorado and see what happens.
Probably he'll be there.
How did it? When's that happening? We have not played the Royals yet, so I don't know really what to expect with the Diamondbacks. But Angry Texan says, "I hit your mom out of the stadium, Mr. Ralph."
So you must be from Houston.
Oh my God!
So you need to block him.
That doesn't even make sense.
It really doesn't.
Well, people from Houston, they're a bunch of douches, so that's the kind of stuff they say.
Hefty Lefty says, "Is Jorge Soler an international subsidiary of Harmon Soler?"
Oh my God!
Jorge Soler. You did say Jorge Soler.
Oh
Yeah.
my God!
Solar? I don't know. Moist One says, "Guys can't pronounce the name of the best pitcher in the AL. Shake my head. Not a real ball knower." What are we talking about?
You're not a real English person, are you?
Are we talking about Yilber or
he's talking about Scubao, whatever that guy's name is?
Scabby?
Scabby.
Let's just call him Scabby.
We'll call him Scabby.
Sir Drives a Lot says, yesterday's loss was on Torey Lavello. Bad end of game decision making. Yeah, George was all yelling about that at the beginning of the show too.
He is an all right manager, and if things are going all right, Torey's fine.
Mm-hmm.
When an actual decision needs to be made, that is where I immediately start worrying. Like, what's he gonna do? He's the camera. It's a close up of him in the dugout, and he's looking at his little sheet, and I'm like, oh boy, what's about to happen?
Don't look at the sheet.
Nothing good.
So Prison Wallet and Beer Bob have something to say, but I got to take a break here. But we'll come back. More of the Daily Blender after this here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life.
Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated in the best hearing aids of 2024 by USA Today, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices. Just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 500,000 happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Total Wireless is made to totally keep up with you. We now have unlimited data that never slows you down. Covered by the Verizon 5G network. And for less than $30 a month, we make your phone your ride or die. Switch now and pick a free 5G phone with qualified plan purchase. And your fourth line at no additional cost. Visit your local Total Wireless store today. Total Wireless, we're totally with you. Actual speeds may vary by location. For data management practices, see TotalWireless.com.
Have you ever lifted a piece of furniture only to discover the carpet underneath looks brand new while the rest of it looks, well, not brand new? That's when you realize you need new carpet. At the Home Depot, we have a wide selection of all the top brands. Best of all, installation is included. So all you need to do is choose something that matches your style. Start your carpet project today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Installation included with qualifying purchases. Exclusions apply. For licenses, see homedepot.com/license numbers.
Hey, everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. Did you know that the Lund Mortgage Team was founded back in 1999? That's right. They're celebrating 25 years in existence this year. And you know what you have to do to stay in business that long? You have to be good at what you do. And the Lund Mortgage Team is not just good, they are great. They have helped thousands of people save thousands of dollars over those 25 years here in the Valley of the Sun. They only lend in Arizona. And they're mortgage brokers, which means they can shop your rate around. They're not tied to just one set of rates. Mortgage rates can get crazy. They can get high. They can get low. There's good times to strike and there's times to stay on the sideline. Let the Lund Mortgage Team be your coach, be your team leader when it comes to these huge decisions. Call 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940, or you can always check them out at lundmortgage.com. Great website with all the tools you need. Call them today. They're my great friends, and you'll love them. It's the Lund Mortgage Team.
I'm an Arizona truck driver. I deliver food, medicine, supplies, and hope.
And during times of crisis, I support our communities. But every day I see people putting lives and families at risk.
Distracted driving is deadly, period. Be aware, be safe, and visit sharetheroadaz.com and find tips on how to drive safely around trucks.
This message is sponsored by the Arizona Trucking Association Foundation.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Arizona's new home for sports.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So, Ralph, I guess the angry Texan is from Amarillo. He says, I'm from Amarillo, mister.
You're a West Texas guy. All right.
He says, I'm a fan of good baseball. Your Dodgers, they do not play that.
So you're in West Texas. That means you're probably a Rangers fan, I would guess. Okay.
I don't think much happens in Amarillo.
A lot of drinking.
Yeah. Pretty much drinking and eating steak. That's it.
On account of it's Amarillo.
Mm-hmm. So
I know he hates that. That's why.
Let's talk a little more baseball here. So you know that scene from Fridays is like, how do you get fired on your day off? How do you get fired on your day off?
The great question that was posed in the movie Friday. How do you get fired on your day off?
So here's the thing that struck me is, how do you get ejected before the game even starts? Giants manager Bob Melvin was going up there with the lineup card. He's got his one of his pals with him, the bench coach, and they go over there to the umpires. And next thing you know, he's out of there. He's tossed. He's gone. He wasn't even sitting there. How do you get tossed before the? What are you arguing about?
What is there to argue
from the previous day?
Oh, boy.
That's just dumb as hell.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So anyways, yeah, Bob Melvin managed to get fired on his day off. Well, not fired, but ejected. So Swazman says, Jeffrey, the way Ralph sounds, he's moving to Compton in the hood with his Dodgers hat turned sideways and chasing the ice cream truck in the Chavez Ravine.
I don't chase ice cream trucks anymore.
Not anymore.
There was a time.
There was a time.
It was an age appropriate time to be
That's
chasing ice cream trucks, and once you've cleared that, you just let it go.
That's right.
You go to the store and get ice cream like an adult there.
I used to taught my kids. I was like, hey, yeah, whenever you hear the ice cream truck, right? They're like, oh, is that an ice cream? Yeah, when they play the music, that means they're out of ice cream, though. Oh. So the ice cream truck comes to the neighborhood. They're like, damn it. Yeah, I know. Every time he comes by here, he doesn't have any ice cream. I don't know what the deal is. They're getting to about the age where they're about to figure it out. Halfy Lefty says, damn, I don't even think Rasheed Wallace got ejected before a game. Respect to Melvin. Yeah, I guess so. He's not our manager. We have our own problems. 888-368-1580. Hey, remember Tom Brenneman and his thoughts on Kansas City? And then, that's been a few years now. Do you even know what I'm talking about? Tom Brenneman, he was doing a game, and he thought the microphone was off. And he said, it's Kansas City. It's one of the gay capitals of the world. But he didn't say gay. He said the not nice word for gay.
The F word?
Yes. The other F word. Yeah.
And people got upset. And he got fired. And so now he hasn't done anything for a while. And he's trying to get back in. And he's finally got his chance after all these years. 4 years later, there's like they're going to give him a chance. He's going to do some college football.
Well,
they're like, all right, so here's the thing. It's the CW, so no one will see it if he does mess up. I don't know what games he's going to do, but if he looks at his list, they're like, San Francisco to start. Really? Is that a good idea?
You're not exactly popular there.
Yeah.
CW does football.
That's news to me as well. That was the other thing. When did CW start doing college football?
They've been trying for a little bit. The Pac-12 before it died had some games on the CW.
Really?
Yeah. Which is why the Pac-12 is dead. There's a reason for that.
So this is where teams, games, and now homophobic announcers go to die.
So the CW is the home of the Pac-2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Awesome. Yeah. Absolutely awesome.
Everything about that is horrific and dumb.
It works.
Though. But somehow when you have to trust the CW with an entire conference, but you're just trusting them with two teams now, essentially. So on one hand, it's horrible, but on the other hand, it could be just the workload for the CW.
I kind of like it. I actually kind of like it.
I say from the bottom of my heart, I'm so very, very sorry. I pride myself and think of myself as a man of faith. As there's a drive to deep left field by Castellanos, it'll be a home run. And that'll make the 4-0 ball game. I don't know if I'm going to be putting on the headset again. I don't know if it's going to be for the Reds. I don't know if I'm going to be.
That was when I knew, you know what, that guy's a pro. he's basically writing his own career obituary, and at the same time, he's keeping up with the play on the fields.
Yeah, he's just like a little something for the demo reel.
Every time I see Castellanos out there just playing baseball, just minding his own business.
There's a drive in a deep left field.
That's all I can think of every time I see him.
Oh well. So Randy took off to start betting, so I don't have him to talk about this. But Kyle Larson won the Brickyard 400, and I don't know who won the. I didn't even know that there was a Hungarian Grand Prix, but I guess there is. I don't know who won, but I know that Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton had a controversial crash. I don't know why it's controversial, because Randy's not here to explain it to me. Does anybody know why this crash was controversial?
No, I didn't see the race, so I couldn't tell you.
I just knew that it was in Hungary. That's all I knew.
Hungary is a bad name for a place, especially if everybody's hungry. You know, If it's a place where everybody's well fed, then it doesn't make any sense. If it's a place where nobody's well fed, then it just seems mean to call it hungry.
You don't want to be a model from Hungary.
Well, every model is hungry. I mean, seriously, ask them; they'll tell you. Hey, yeah, you're Mr. Memorabilia there. Barry Bonds. I guess somebody, I don't know who sold it, but game used jersey and bat sold at auction for combined $245,000. And I thought it might have gone for more than that, but it was a jersey he wore during game 3, 4, and 5 of the 2002 World Series, and the bat he used to get his 60th home run.
Wow, that should have gone for a lot more than that.
Is it because of the steroids?
I think so, because that should have gone for a lot more.
Because people are like, oh, that's great. Oh, yeah. Steroids.
The bat alone.
I mean, I guess steroids tint the records.
They do.
But the actual games, watching them, that was bonkers. I agree with Ralph. I think that they should go for more just on the game. The moment. The moment was huge.
$158,000 for the jersey, $86,000 for the bat.
Oh, wow.
And
that's really cheap.
Yeah, you would have. Of course, I ain't paying that.
Well, yeah.
I'll get a bat, sign it myself, and put it in the thing. And go, look, that's one of Barry Bonds' bats. I don't give a crap. People come to the house; they don't know anything. Most people are stupid.
Most of his memorabilia, McGuire's memorabilia, that stuff's all tainted. It just is. There's no way to get around it.
And they did it to themselves. But still, it's one of those things that is sad to.
Sosa's stuff is tainted.
It has to be. Like I get it, but like as a kid, two of the best seasons of watching baseball in my life.
It was fun to watch.
Go Drugs!
Yeah,
it was fun to watch.
It was the home run race with McGuire and Sosa. That's my favorite season of baseball I've ever watched in life. And the season Barry Bonds won the MVP. I mean, we were watching Giant games on the East Coast. Like we would stay up late, and my dad would be like, "All right, after this, you got to go to bed," because Barry Bonds was launching baseballs into the Bay. And was he cheating? Yes, he was cheating. Was it fun? Oh my God. This is the most fun I've ever had watching
fun until
baseball.
you found out he was cheating.
You knew he was
and it was
cheating.
still fun. Like it didn't make the fun not happen.
You know what though? See, I was a young man when that happened. And I remember like, hey, this is cool. And then I found out what was going on. Really? That's what? That was it. Then I was just like, and I'm done with this.
I think you had like just an adult frame of reference on that. When I was a kid, ESPN was reporting all of the steroid stuff too.
That made it fake wrestling.
But to me, I was like, man, he's hitting the ball so hard. There are people in the Bay in kayaks.
We should all be doing drugs.
Waiting for the ball to get there.
Look at Bonds' head pre-steroids and post-steroids.
I
know a guy that played on their farm system that when Bonds used to come to spring training, I mean, people would get out of the way when he was batting because it was just stupid how hard he would hit the ball. He was going to kill somebody.
Mm-hmm.
It's hilarious because the equipment manager was like, and I had his hat from when he came here, and this is his hat now. And it was like two different people. It's just one father and one son sized hat was the difference in hat size.
Steroids will make one head bigger and one head smaller. You don't want to mess with the steroids.
Don't do steroids. They're very bad.
Wear a bigger hat and smaller jeans. That's all we're going to say.
Swazman says, Jeffrey, the most famous Barry Bonds moment is when our Diamondbacks manager, Buck Showalter, walked Bonds with the bases loaded up 1 run late in the game. It was the most bold move ever in managing history, as far as I could tell.
Smart move,
but it was smart.
Yeah.
It was just he was knocking the cover off the ball because, like, this is the thing that if you're a baseball fan, has to kill you about the career of Barry Bonds. He didn't need the steroids. He could always hit the ball. He's like, without the steroids, Barry Bonds is one of the great hitters of all time. And if you just take the first half of his career before he started using steroids, he could probably just get into the Hall of Fame on that by itself. Why did he take them? Why would he do that to himself?
He always said he wasn't a home run hitter, which is true until you took steroids.
Well, yeah. And then all of a sudden you're doing the monster mash every night. Yeah, it's just.
Number one Rattlers fan says, I once got Pete Rose's signature at a signing event and I left it blank. And later on it, I typed up a message that said, I bet on baseball and I love betting on baseball. That's why you should never sign a blank piece of paper. Happy Lefty says, I remembered that homer he hit in that World Series off of Troy Percival and it looked like it was headed to Newport Beach. It hit the thing so hard.
When it was game 4 or game 5 when the Giants scored 16 runs. That is the most unbelievable thing I think I've ever seen on TV.
Moist One says Troy Percival probably bought those things so he could burn them. Yeah, that makes sense. T. Leisure says, only thing I miss about Tom Brenneman is his line, boy, oh boy. Prison Wallet says, can you imagine if LeBron played in the same era as Kareem, Magic, and Bird? LeBron wouldn't even be in that conversation as a great player. He'd be flopping on the ground, crying all the time. This is why GOAT conversation is pointless. Games change so much, especially when it comes to contact.
Well,
His game would have been different, though.
His game would have been different. Like, that's the thing. If you take any of those guys and brought them now, like maybe some of them would have too much pride to flop, but you get rewarded so much for it. It'd be stupid not to.
Yeah.
And vice versa. You're not rewarded for it in the past. So if you got in a time machine and went back, you gain nothing from flopping. You actually put yourself at a disadvantage. He's 230 pounds. It's mostly muscle. He could live.
I'm going to say, no more bullets could hit you if you flop. That's a good idea.
It depends.
Trump flopped down quick, man. That was smart.
Oh my God.
Depends on when you flop. Because if
He
you
flopped at just the right time.
He ducked.
if you flop too late,
Yeah.
the bullet decides for you. And at that point,
We'd all do the same thing. The hell? Okay.
Down.
The thing is, I wouldn't stand up pumping my fist. I'd be like, carry me low. Carry me about
I
ankle
need you
height.
form
Just
a
take me to
human
the
shield.
car. Drag me. I don't care if my head hits the steps. Just drag me. I am not getting upright. All right, guys, that's 2 hours down and 1 to go. Maybe we'll talk some football here in a minute. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste, so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Total Wireless is made to totally keep up with you. We now have unlimited data that never slows you down. Covered by the Verizon 5G network. And for less than $30 a month, we make your phone your ride or die. Switch now and pick a free 5G phone with qualified plan purchase. And your fourth line at no additional cost. Visit your local Total Wireless store today. Total Wireless, we're totally with you. Actual speeds may vary by location. For data management practices, see TotalWireless.com.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
With T-Mobile, you can get tons of benefits and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. Because nobody likes having to choose. It's like getting romance and sci-fi.
Jane, I love you. Also, I'm a robot.
Or being a dog person and a cat person.
Who wants a treat? Who's a good boy?
Or like being an extrovert and an introvert.
Woo! This is so fun! I can't wait to go home.
At T-Mobile, you don't have to choose. You can get the benefits you want and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. See how much you can save with our savings calculator at T-Mobile.com/switch. Plus, when you switch, you can keep your phone and we'll pay it off up to $800.
Via virtual prepaid card in 15 days. Qualifying unlocked device, credit service, and timely redemption required. Card has no cash access and expires in 6 months. See T-Mobile.com.
We all know driving hammered gets you nailed, but did you also know driving high is a DUI? I'm Officer Badalucco with the Gilbert Police Department. Anything that impairs your driving makes you dangerous on the road. If you feel different, you drive different, and driving high is illegal. Be smart with marijuana use. Get the facts at drivinghighaz.com and spread the word with #HighDUI. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
WQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down.
Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, not alongside Randy White, but we got Ralph from Harmon Solar here. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and we got you guys on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And, all right, we've talked about all the stuff that happened over the weekend, at least the big stuff. But we didn't get a chance to talk about some of the not as big stuff, like who throws a fish cake? That's the thing. I don't understand soccer. I don't understand soccer at all. I'm pretty sure this was soccer. I was told that the match in the Norwegian top flight between Rosenborg, BK, and Lillestrøm was suspended on Sunday after fans got mad at the video assistant referee. And so they're like, oh, you was on the beach. And they threw fish cakes on the field. Everybody threw their fish cakes on the field. Wow. Only one person was happy. The guy selling the fish cakes was thrilled. Everyone else was like, oh, now we got all these damn fish cakes on the field. We're going to have to clean this up. Of course, you know, fish cakes, when they hit the turf, explode because they're not that, you know, congealed. And so the referee abandoned the match and they said, all right, what the hell with this? Everybody go home. Go home. You don't eat no fish cake in your stomach and no joy in your heart. You bastards.
I think I'm okay with no fish cake in my stomach.
Sweden. Oh, they love the fish cake.
Oh my gosh, that's disgusting.
So, you know, some days I think, man, if they would do that kind of stuff in soccer all the time, I might watch. And then I see stuff like this and I'm like, yeah, soccer's too weird for me.
Passionate fans. They're the most passionate fans in the world.
And
by far.
And because it's such a big sport globally, it's how that gets expressed is very different. You could say if they do it every game, there are some countries like in South America where like something crazy does genuinely happen every game. But a soccer game here wouldn't have that because we're not as passionate about it.
They're going to need it because here's the thing. They were so passionate. They chuck all the fish cake down on the field, right? Mm-hmm. So they're like, all right, let's clean it up. And then they're like, we should start the game back up. And then the minute they said we're about to start the game, after that, like a 2-minute bombardment of fish cakes, you know, they're like, all right, they're out of fish cakes now. I think we're good. So then they start the match, and then here come tennis balls and smoke bombs and pieces of furniture getting thrown on the field. Man, they stayed mad through the initial cleanup. Whatever that video assistant referee thing did, it wasn't enough. And after like, okay, they're throwing chairs. We're going to go home now. This is over. No fish cake, no smoke bombs, no tennis ball. Where'd you get tennis balls at a golf match?
Yeah.
You get chairs from.
Well, they were sitting on them.
Okay, but usually isn't that attached to the ground?
Not when these people are so mad they rip them out of the ground.
Yeah. Look, at the point, I even before the point where you start throwing chairs, the point where you start throwing food onto the field, as an official, I'm done. They don't pay me enough.
Food is soft. I'm like, if I catch some, thank you.
No, there may be some children in attendance there.
Oh, they aren't throwing children.
I expect.
If they throw children, I'm leaving.
Well, of course, but I'm not letting it get that far because I expect most of the audience to be adults. So when most people are throwing food onto the field, I don't believe that I am doing any job for a group of adults. And at that point, we're all going home. You can't act like adults. We're not doing this. And that's just what it is.
They do it in hockey. I mean, in Detroit, they throw squid on there.
Yeah, but they got a crew that is ready for that nonsense.
They clean it up.
Yeah, they'll clean it up.
And that's part of
nobody's getting killed by a squid.
That's not part of the tradition. That's not like we were all so mad we threw food and then they cleaned it all up and then we just threw more crap.
I feel like you could throw a pretty big squid and still not concuss anyone. You know,
probably.
And You're like, that was gross.
Well, they have outlets.
But there are places they throw the catfish out onto the ice in Nashville and stuff like that.
It's kind of cool.
It is pretty
If
cool.
they're frozen, people are going to die.
But if the entire stadium full of people decided they were so mad they were all throwing catfish, this thing's done.
Well, soccer's just different. Did you see that championship with Argentina?
Yeah,
They all rushed the stadium to get in,
and then
Miami.
people crawling through the fence.
They
we
were
were
bringing
talking
in
about that.
bottles of vodka and stuff. I mean, people were sitting with full bottles.
Well, you
of
asked, we
alcohol.
saw it. It was like, no, we didn't see it.
Well, a lot of
We,
people.
we heard about it. Then
Yeah.
we saw some video.
I mean,
We weren't watching it.
Didn't see it live.
Soccer
Were you
fans
sitting there at home watching it?
no, soccer fans are just special. I'm just going to say that. They're just
Special.
Oh no.
Special is the right word.
They're
That's
just
the
very-
nicest way of putting it.
They're the most passionate fans of any sport in the world by far. It's not even close.
Which doesn't make any sense.
They live and die by that stuff.
Doesn't make any sense. Again, let me
They
review.
get the
Soccer. Here's a giant field, probably bigger than it needs to be. You got like 20 people running around on that. Very little happening. There goes the ball that way. There. It's great if you're a cat. You just watch that, just watching that thing go back and forth. Nothing's happening. You're like, no, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life as a cat.
It's a lot happening.
And there's a lot happening, but nothing happens. And then finally,
if your definition of something happening is just scoring,
I'm an American.
okay,
Of course
fine.
it is.
But there's more happening than just that.
It's the art of the game.
Oh, I've tried to watch it for the strategies. No, they're setting up a thing. They're setting up a nothing. Nothing happened. They set it up for half an hour.
So,
nothing happened.
When the World Cup comes here in a couple of years, we need to go.
No, we don't.
No, we do.
You go ahead.
You need to go. You
I
need
ain't
to go
going.
see it live.
Nah, you know, people have used that argument with me before. I went and saw the Phoenix Rising live, and I was
That's
like,
not
well, that
real
was fun.
soccer. That's not real soccer.
But whatever.
It's just not. You have to go see international soccer, high-end soccer.
Why does everybody want to drag you to stuff and
This
think
is
it's
the
going to
thing.
change your mind about it?
I never made this argument with anything else that I've ever loved. I didn't make this argument with the WNBA or anything else. If I said, hey, I think you should watch it. If your answer is no, I'm not going to fight you to get you to watch it. Either you like it or you don't. That's my same stance on soccer. I don't watch soccer all the time. When the World Cup rolls around, I watch.
If you pick me up drunk, you have a chance. You pick me up drunk and I'm drinking while it happens, and you bring me home drunk, I'll probably be like, I don't remember it, but sure, I had a good time.
That sounds like a heck of a night.
I really,
and that
actually,
is
now I
quite
kinda wanna
frankly,
go.
that's a lot of people who watch soccer. They are drunk before they leave
Oh,
the house. They go to
have
the
to be.
stadium drunk. They're hammered at the game, and then after the game, if they win, they drink because they're happy, and if they lose, they drink because they're mad.
It's the only way to soccer. That's the only time that phrase. When they say the name of something, but they don't put words in front. I hate that. Oh, this is the way you football. What? No, shut your face. That's not the way you speak. That's bad English.
These are nouns, not verbs. You're using them wrong.
Tia says, "Viva football, Jeffrey." Okay. Baker's Cocky Hen says a thrown beer started a brawl inside of an arena, but that was Detroit, though. I would imagine. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Alice in the Palace.
Talking about that that fight. Big George says, Jeffrey, you do a good Norwegian accent. Subtle differences from your Swedish accent. Thank you. Yeah, it's. I'm sorry. It's a skill. Silver Pop says, good afternoon, guys. Happy Monday. I don't understand all the hate for LaFlop James. Well, see, there's one reason right there. He says there are many great basketball players that flopped. Two notorious floppers were Vlade Divac and Kurt Rambis. And look at Ginobili, another great flopper in NBA history. James is just keeping that tradition alive. I think he's too old to flop now. I don't think we see him flop as much as he used to.
You don't. And the reason people hate him is because he wears a Laker jersey. That's why people hate him.
No, because people hated him before.
But they hate him now a lot.
Well, look,
he's been annoying for a long time.
It's not helping. I think because look, it's fun to hate the Lakers. It's very
Right.
fun. And then you add LeBron James to that. He is a polarizing person, and you put him on a polarizing team where it's like there aren't a whole lot of mixed opinions about the Lakers. You either like the Lakers or you hate the Lakers.
But is he the best player in the game right now?
Right now, no, I don't think so.
Even with what you're seeing with Team USA?
Who?
LeBron.
Oh, yeah, no.
I mean, he's the best player on that court.
And I think part
Whatever
of that
he wants to be
is
Right.
there are stretches of time. Like I just don't think that for an entire 40 minutes, what the international game is for an entire 40 minutes. I don't think that he can be the best player on the floor.
Well, he doesn't need to be for 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's the
He
thing.
can't LeBron for as much time as he used to.
When you
LeBron.
see
how I'm doing right there?
Yeah.
When you see all those other guys when you see all those other alpha males just kind of looking at him with their little puppy eyes, like, help, LeBron, help.
Well,
I mean, it's just kind of weird.
Even before that, they're in the huddle.
Daddy.
Yeah.
They're in the huddle. Well, you got to understand that every single one of them grew up watching him. It would be like, it was like this when they, in 2008, when the Team USA had the Redeem Team, and it was Kobe and it was D Wade and it was LeBron and it was Bosh and all those guys. They were the guys that were looking up to Kobe, and it worked exactly like that. Kobe would take over in the fourth quarter because that was the dude. Like, he's the hero on the court. We all believe it. We all agree. And now LeBron's that guy. He's in those shoes. And I think that he's just carrying the mantle. He's being the great player at this stage in his career he's supposed to be. And there are 5 to 8 minute stretches where the best human being playing basketball on the planet is him.
Swazman says Manu Ginobili from San Antonio was the biggest flopper of all time. It's like he took acting classes instead of shooting free throws. Remember, he was there during the Tim Duncan championship era.
Yeah, and Ginobili is possibly the most talented flopper I've ever seen in person. Like I had good seats and watched Ginobili flop, and from the angle I was sitting at, I was convinced he got clobbered. Then they showed it from another angle up on the screen, and nobody touched him. He was that good.
But it requires you to know where the ref is and where the angle is on the ref.
He did. the guy knew everything on the floor.
Yeah.
And I think James Harden has actually taken the flop to its natural conclusion. He's turned that into how he scores points regularly. And I hate that form of basketball. It doesn't, I don't like it.
Baker's Cocky Hen says he can LeBron once as good as he's ever LeBron. Thank you. Big George says, what's this Team USA team shows me is okay. What? Once LeBron James retires, Team USA is screwed. They'll have a home court advantage in 4 years in LA. So you think LeBron sticks around 4 years? No, here's the thing. Once LeBron is gone, then everything kind of falls into place in order, the pecking order. The stars will, the best players in the positions will play their, the way they're needing to play in those positions. I like what Kerr's doing with the shift change. 5 guys in, not working. Next 5 guys in. Just keep messing with it that way.
I think that it stops people from getting into a rhythm.
I agree.
There's a reason why it doesn't.
It entertained
commonly
me, and that's all that
happen.
matters.
Well, okay,
It's not hockey.
But in terms of winning basketball games, I think it does actually make it harder for those guys.
For the other team. The other team, I think it makes it harder for the other team.
I don't,
because all of a sudden they're just like, whoa, what the hell is this?
I don't think it made it harder on South Sudan that none of Team USA got into a rhythm at all, because every time they started to get going, they were back on the bench.
It feels like a YMCA game where he's making sure everybody gets their minutes versus putting the best players in there and just mixing them around. I mean, I don't like it at all. I think it's horrible. It's not working.
And it's a Steve Kerr thing. Like, there are times you're watching out on the floor and you're like, there are 3 guards out here. Why? Because he's Steve Kerr, and like that's at Golden State, that's worked for him. But now you're dealing with different people. It's different personnel. I kind of wish he would adjust.
He's not doing a good job. If they keep doing what they're doing, they're gonna lose.
But no, I don't think that in 4 years when LeBron's gone, Team USA is screwed. I think that another person will step in, have that experience. And
I don't think it's going to be another person. I just think that everybody else will collectively step up, to make it work. Everybody will play in their position better instead of just like going, well, okay, LeBron, go do your thing. They'll have to.
But it'll be the first time in how many years where you don't have a Jordan or a Kobe or a LeBron, because those have been the guys over the last how many years where you've had that one guy, and now you're not going to have. Who's going to be that next guy?
Well, we'll find out.
I don't know.
A lot. I just think a lot can change in 4 years, and it's not like we don't have any candidates for.
No, there's candidates, but it's just who's that guy?
Yeah, and I think that the next 4 years we'll find out who's the person who feels like, this is my team.
It's either going to be a rookie that's coming in, you're like, holy crap, this kid, or one of the guys right now is going to, blossom into that role. May not be a Jordan level, but we'll be all right.
I just like right now, like I see Anthony Edwards out there, and I'm like, he doesn't have the confidence to take the game over.
Nope.
But in 4 years, will he? He might.
Swuzman agrees with Ralph, saying, "Good point. They keep doing what they're doing. They are going to lose." Well, I don't think they're going to keep doing exactly what they've been doing. Again, these are tune-up games.
Yeah.
These are things that they are learning from. They're not going to just keep doing the same stuff over and over again. And I have a feeling that Kerr will drop the hockey shift technique when they get into actual games. He'll start doing this a little bit differently. Yeah, Kerr's not dumb. If he does the hockey shift in the actual Olympic play, now I'm going to kind of be like, okay, he's just playing around. He's experimenting,
Well, he's playing to egos at that point, just trying to get everybody playing time. That's not what this is about.
Yeah. And if you're the coach that can't tell a great player, hey, you're coming off the bench, maybe you're not the Team USA coach.
Exactly.
Baker's Cocky Hen says Anthony Edwards is that guy. He did what Brenneman did and got hours of flack for using the same word instead of 4 years of no work.
We'll see if he's that guy.
What?
You mixed a lot of things together there that I don't understand.
Yeah, we're going to stick with the Anthony Edwards is the guy part of your text.
Yeah, I think
he sure thinks he is. I don't know if he is.
I think Anthony Edwards can become that. But like he just had his first real playoff run, and there's a lot to build on there, including confidence, including experience, including learning how to close out a game and how to take a team and put it on your back. He doesn't know how to do that yet. He will.
Sideshow Bob says Scruder looked like a jockey out there. Braun was too big. Big George says rookie sensation Bob Boberson will lead Team USA in 2028. Moist One says Ginobili, godfather of the Euro step.
True, the flop, but the Euro step came to America because of Manu Ginobili.
Hey, anybody watch that Jake Paul fight with Mike Perry?
Oh, that happened.
Oh, yeah, it already happened.
I thought that was like a little bit out.
It was that insignificant.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know.
6th round TKO, Jake Paul won. And Perry was just like, I just did the best I could. He says he's, very fast. And he's just like, he's like, I'll just try to get better at doing what I do. That he wasn't a boxer. He's a UFC fighter. Yeah. And Jake Paul's not a boxer. He's just going to pick on all the people that he knows he can beat. But remember, there was a time he did box a boxer. What happened? He lost.
Yeah, he's a boxer, but he fights low-level boxers. He's not a top-tier guy.
When he boxed a real guy, he got clobbered.
And that guy isn't good either.
I think Tyson's going to knock him out.
I really want that.
I think he will. He still has that hit.
And this is why anytime I see, Jake Paul's going to fight a UFC guy, I don't even bother. Because when UFC guys are not punchers in that way, and it's not their fault, it's you only need to be able to punch and throw maybe a basic set of punches because you also kick, because you also wrestle. There are so many more aspects that you have to defend against. Becoming a high-level boxer doesn't help you in the UFC. So then you fight even a low-level boxer, as long as you all are boxing, his skill set's going to be deeper than yours. That's just what it is. Like even a guy like Jake Paul, I can tell he puts the work in. He doesn't just show up to these fights. He just hasn't had the level of experience, and he hasn't been boxing long enough to be a great boxer.
Nope. Well, another person who is 0-1 as a boxer, Conor McGregor, has been chirping at Jake Paul. Now, I'm going to change one of the words in what he said, because you're not allowed to say it. You can say whiz, but you can't say the other thing. I can say pissed off, but I can't say the actual first part of that word. Don't ask me why. And I keep trying to tell Randy that. He doesn't listen. So here's what Conor McGregor said.
That is what it is.
Jake Paul is the biggest whiz bag I've ever seen in my life. 40-pound weight difference, juiced out of his head, and still bleeping himself in there. He should go to Vegas. And he says, oh, that's right. You can't go to Vegas. The Athletic Commission testing, real fighting, bitch asses. You could never. And he says, and then calling out 60-year-old Mike Tyson fresh off an in-flight medical emergency. I swear to God, a fat can of bitch whiz, most valuable whiz bag.
Wow.
He wants himself a piece of Jake Paul. Of course, then
maybe.
Yeah, Jake Paul, well, he said some things back, which I don't care about. But
where's the lie?
Yeah, there's no lie there. But here's the thing. Who's going to fight him? Are you Conor McGregor? Are you weak leg Conor McGregor going to go in there and fight this guy who's like a foot taller than you? You can't box him. It took a fix for you to box Floyd Mayweather and lose.
It's about the pay.
Yep.
Conor doesn't care about winning. Conor hasn't had to care about winning. He turned himself into such a massive star that even after he started losing, people kept watching his fights.
He's not going to fight Jake Paul.
Jake Paul wrote that script for him. He's a master marketer.
Jake Paul and Conor. Jake Paul would probably like to fight Conor McGregor, but Conor McGregor is not going to fight Jake Paul. That's not happening.
For the right amount of money.
He doesn't need to.
I don't. It's money. Money changes things, and the money you can make in a one-time boxing pay-per-view, the UFC, you don't get anything that looks like that.
Well, he asked. Jake Paul asked, and McGregor is not going to do it. So Jake Paul says that Conor McGregor is, quote, scared of a guy from Disney Channel. That's the time.
So here's the thing, because when it comes to boxing, there's two games. There's the game, and there's the fight game. The fight game is the talking. It's the I'm blowing this whole thing up. I'm going to go out here and sell this fight. Conor's a master of the fight game, and just because he said no doesn't mean this thing is off. That's how you build demand. I say no.
I ain't watching it.
He starts talking trash. No, none of us should watch this. I'm not saying under no circumstances watch this. But I'm saying Conor, he's playing the game exactly how this has been played since the boxing was in black and white on film. The move is this old. I'm going to say no. The other guy's going to say I'm scared. Then I'm going to come back and say I'm doing it. It's an old move. Tyson did the move. Hagler did the move. Everyone's done it. It's guaranteed to work. It never fails. So Conor's doing the move.
Yeah, but if I'm sitting there with $100 million and Jake Paul's like, hey, let's fight. I'm like, I don't want to be embarrassed by this guy. I got the money in the bank. I don't have to do this fight.
But why? I have all the excuses in the world built in. I'm not a boxer. I'm smaller. And quite frankly, this is a fight that'll probably be forgotten like all his other fights.
You're forgetting that it hurts when you get punched, Keon.
He's a professional fighter. Like the one, I'm not asking.
That hurts.
I'm not asking Bob Boberson off the street. I have boxed.
And Conor has gotten soft.
And
you know what I'm saying?
And I'm saying for a significant amount of money, you get punched for 20 minutes and you go home.
Yeah.
And
I don't know, man.
It's all guaranteed. You make it that night.
All right, Keon, if you tell me you're going to get $20 million, and I'm sure McGregor will get way more, but you said to me, hey, Jeffrey O'Brien, I'll give you $20 million if you come in here and have this fight. You're probably going to get the hell knocked out of you, but if you just get through the fight, you get $20 million, even if you lose. I'll be like, hell yeah. But if you come up to me and I've already got $150 million in the bank, you're like, hey, I'll give you this $20 million. I'm going to embarrass you. I'm going to beat your ass, and it's going to hurt. I'm be like, nah, I think I'm good.
If you already have 100 some odd million, and I'm telling you can double all the money you have in one night.
Double? I'll get another 150 for getting clobbered. Is he going to make 150? I don't think he's going to make 150 off this.
Maybe not 150, but 100. You might make 100. You might
There's
make 80.
A certain point where I'm like, yay, more money, and wish I could still chew food.
You are a physical athlete. Jake Paul is not going to beat you so bad you can't chew food. You should be embarrassed to call yourself a fighter of any level.
McGregor has gone soft. McGregor has gone WWE with his act. I don't think he's going to be able to fight anybody ever again.
Jake Paul has never fought a human being his size he's been able to hit hard enough to knock down.
McGregor's shorter.
It just hasn't happened.
Jake Paul is basically WWE boxing.
But
you're not.
Conor McGregor is like I said, about a foot shorter and lighter than him.
Okay, don't stand there and take punches.
He's ready for this. He's like, I'm going to be McGregor's corner man. We can do this.
I just don't understand what the problem here is. If you were saying, hey, Conor McGregor, get in that ring and fight Canelo Alvarez, like, dude, don't do it. That guy might actually take you apart. Jake Paul.
Well, Jake Paul took out a pretty tough guy, Mike Perry,
Who
a guy
he outweighed by 30 pounds.
you don't think he's going to outweigh McGregor by 30?
I asked Mike Perry if he was okay with the amount of money he got for the damage he took.
All right, everybody line up to get money. You may not like how you're going to make it, but you're going to make it. I don't know about that.
But it's not embarrassing if you go out there and put up a good fight and show out. No one's just saying stand there and get your ass kicked.
Would it, Baker's Cocky Hens? He says McGregor Paul would be as big as McGregor Mayweather, and they combined for over 400 million between them. I don't think it would be as big as that.
They're big names.
I don't think it'd be as
like
big as that because everybody knows this is just a lark.
They should have known that then.
I wonder what Perry. what did Perry? What did
I learned
Perry
that then.
Do we know what Perry made in that last fight?
No, I think that's a good thing. You should look that up.
Perry's a
We're
weak fighter.
super late for a break.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
So Keon's going to look it up. We're going to take a break and we'll be back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Get insights into the sports betting market with VSiN's betting splits. See where the money is and keep updated on how the market is reacting. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The Las Vegas NBA Summer League wrapping up on Monday night, a chance for rookies to showcase their skills before the start of the season, as well as players who are trying to make NBA rosters. Zach Edey of the Memphis Grizzlies is the betting favorite to win the NBA Rookie of the Year. The former Purdue center is at plus 600. Reed Shepherd of Kentucky, who's now with the Houston Rockets, the second betting favorite at plus 700. The number one overall pick, Zachary Richichet of the Atlanta Hawks, plus 800 to win the NBA Rookie of the Year. Alexander Sarr, plus 1,000. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Paid for by government. Did you hear? A secret hoard of 1904 $20 Gold Liberty coins have been found. These gorgeous 1904p gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck, and less than 500 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this secret U.S. gold coin discovery a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you can own a piece of the hoard. When you call, you are guaranteed a 1904 Gold Liberty struck at the iconic Philadelphia Mint. With limited availability, you must call now. These 1904 dated gold coins are still in uncirculated condition with brilliant luster. That is 120 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-969-0686. Call now, and you'll receive a free bonus, a $75 value free with every order. Call 1-800-969-0686 now to secure your 1904p $20 Gold Liberty coins before they sell out. That's 1-800-969-0686.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go: shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
It's heating up across Arizona. Make sure you know the signs of heat stress, cramps, rashes, exhaustion, dizziness. Working in high temperatures can be dangerous. It can lead to an altered mental state, damage your organs, and even cause death. Protect yourself. Get plenty of water, rest, and shade during the day. Learn more from the Industrial Commission of Arizona. Visit heat.az.gov. That's heat.az.gov. This message is sponsored by the Industrial Commission of Arizona.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Did you know Harman Solar has gone super high tech? There's an amazing tool at harmansolar.com that'll give you an instant ballpark solar estimate using satellites from space. You just type in a little information, and within seconds, you'll have an idea of just how little money it takes to save big on that monthly electric bill. I did it, and within seconds, they measured my roof and calculated my savings. It's very impressive. Go to harmansolar.com and give it a try yourself. That's harmansolar.com.
Hi, I'm Ralph.
And I'm Neil.
And I'm Nathan.
And we're the Weekend Warriors.
Whoa. Who's the new guy?
Well, I'm known on social media as Mr. AZ Sports.
Oh, you're one of those internet celebrities.
Yeah, the internet's really popular. You should learn about it.
Hold on, Neil. We'll still be the same great show.
Will we talk about sports?
Yes.
Will we interview Arizona sports personalities?
Sometimes, yeah.
Will we have fun?
Of course we will.
And I'll bring real knowledge of Arizona sports to the show.
Fine. He can stay.
Welcome to the team, Nathan. It's the Weekend Warriors every Saturday at 10 a.m. right here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Snake Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So how's it going with that new guy in your show, Ralph?
First of all, that commercial's horrible.
I know, you made it.
Oh my gosh.
I tried to tell you.
We need to take that off.
I think you gave me another one, but I forgot to put the new one up.
Yeah, that was terrible. Anyway, no, it's going really well. I mean, I think he's meshed in really well, really quick. So we've been able to have a lot better conversations, getting in depth into stuff. So
okay,
I think it's good.
Is it because Neil used to cry a lot, or
yeah, he did cry a lot.
The weeping was a bit much.
The weeping was hard.
Yeah,
but I think I think it's better than it was. You could ask Keon. I mean, he's producing it.
No, I like the way that he fits in a lot. I think that the specifically focusing on Arizona.
Yeah.
Because you and Neil were kind of you had a couple of shows where it was like, oh, it's more
Dodger
talk.
dicks.
It's more Dodger talk with Ralph and Neil. And I think that I think Nathan brings the Arizona passion for all the local teams here. So helps.
Yeah. So if you have a barbecue and you'd be like, hey, where's Nathan's hot dogs? Yeah, it's Nathan. I don't know. See, I think of stuff like that, but I never say it to people. You know what I mean? Like if you're right in front of them, you don't say those kind of things.
No, it's probably not a good idea.
I mean, I'm bigger than him, so I'm not worried.
Yeah, he's not a big guy. What's he gonna do?
Yeah. Liquid Courage is on the text line. It says Holyfield routinely fought much bigger guys.
Well,
I mean, Holyfield was
guy was powerhouse though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little different.
That's a bit to drop you. That's
Ralph has crab says, hey Ralph, did you record that Weekend Warriors promo in the bathroom? Were you sitting on the toilet? Were you on the can?
It sure does sound like it. That's what I was thinking when I was listening to it. Yeah, that needs to come out of rotation.
So this is just, I don't know why it always takes, sometimes these videos should be shown, and there's more than just this video. These videos should be shown to young athletes, like early on, like in every sport. And I think every sport has something like this. But I guess this guy, Jake Odie Jordan, he was a British sprinter. And he was running in the 200 meter and the U18 European Championships last Friday. And this guy, Jake Odie Jordan, holy crap. That kid was fast. He came out of that thing sprinting like nobody's business. And he's running and he looked around. He's like, oh, I've got this. And he did. He cooked everybody. And then he got cocky. He's like, I guess I could take my foot off the gas. 25 meters left is not where you take your foot off the gas.
Oh, boy.
Because as soon as he did, he's looking to his left. A couple of slower white guys over there. So he's just like, yeah, no problem. And then all of a sudden, this Norwegian white guy on the other side, he was not looking at, goes right by him. And at the end of the race, I don't think he knew he lost because he was checking out the white guys over here. But some other white guy on his side was just like, Aah! And just whooped him. He would have destroyed them all had he just kept it going.
Mm-hmm.
Kept it going. He's 16 years old, I think. And so he's just like, oh, crap. Oh, damn it. Dang it. So that was a life lesson. But one more time where somebody got cocky, took their foot off the gas and paid the price. We've seen it in football. Guys running, and then one guy drops the ball right there on the 1 yard line. Who was that did that? I forget.
There's many people who have done this. Deshaun Jackson has done it on more than one occasion. I remember in college and then once as an NFL player, he did it again. So
you think you would learn?
He did not.
So this is a sad one. Somebody, you think people would learn to stop cliff diving. I guess Utah State's quarterback Andre Seldon Jr. died at the age of 22.
Oh no!
After a cliff diving accident, and that's sad. But here's it. Have you cliff dived?
No.
Ralph, have you
Every
cliff?
weekend? Absolutely.
I did when I was a young
Did
man.
you really?
I did. I went out there with some guys who were like, let's cliff dive. It was like, felt like a macho thing to do. I did it. And I remember coming out going, oh, I'm never doing that again. Because here's why. It wasn't that I was scared of jumping off of a tall thing and into the water. It's just, man, my feet hit the bottom a little harder than I thought they would. When I went down to boom, I'm like, oh my God. And I was like, somebody's going to get paralyzed. So when I got out, I started going, jump out farther. If you're going to jump, don't jump here. Jump out farther. Because I told them, I says, I hit bottom. My feet, and everybody was like, oh my God. Some of them just like, okay, we're not doing it. Feel wisely, because the water levels will change, from time to time. But I was like, yeah, okay, well, I've done it. Never doing it again.
Where did you do that? Where?
God, I can't remember if it was around Canyon Lake or some place where it was high. It was high up. It wasn't like Brazilian high. You see those guys, making a phone call on the way down and having time to actually have a conversation. But it was a cliff, and I dove off of it. It was a few hundred feet up there, I think.
We do stupid things when we're young.
Yep.
And we all do. So.
Oh, then it's like you're like, oh yeah, remember Corey? Oh yeah, he's paralyzed now. He did this once. It's like, oh, why are we doing this? This is dumb as hell.
Everyone does stupid things when they're young. That's just not my stupid thing. I was never doing any stupid thing around heights. That just was not. I don't skydive, don't bungee jump, and I don't cliff jump. It just does not happen.
This was a place called Porcupine Reservoir in Utah. I don't know where that is, but it sounds very Utah-ish. So don't cliff dive. Let me ask you, you like cereal?
Love cereal.
You like cereal?
Love it.
What's your cereal?
Cocoa Pebbles.
Yeah, all right. Keon?
But I like to cut it though. So.
Yeah.
You like to what?
Cut it.
Cut it?
Yeah. So like I'll cut it with Cocoa Krispies or something.
So you mix them. All right.
Yeah, I'm a big cutter.
All right.
How about I like the Frosted Flakes.
All right. All right. Well, you guys have kind of boring. I like Lucky Charms because I'm Irish. And then if I feel like I'm being a grown up, like I feel like my wife is judging me, I'll have some churros. The honey nut ones, they're supposed to be good for your heart.
When she's judging you?
Yeah.
Like I'll do Cocoa Pebbles and I'll cut them with Lucky Charms sometimes too. They're pretty good. You mix those together?
They don't call it cutting, but Travis and Jason Kelsey, they call it mixing. They call it the mix. They've teamed up with General Mills for their own cereal called the Kelsey Mix. And what it is, it mixes their 3 favorite cereals: Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Lucky Charms, Reese's Puffs. And if that is old, if it's the same mix, that's an abomination.
Yeah.
That's not
they're not pairing well, if you will. Jason says the only thing Travis and I know more about football is cereal. He says
clearly not, but okay.
Not if you're mixing those 3.
Yeah. It's like, was that a General Mills? Like, did you just rank 3 and then General Mills was like, cool, we'll just throw these together in a bag? Like what was the process of this? Because if you sat there and they were like, we want you to have these 3 cereals combined with your name on it, and then you as Jason or Travis Kelsey, and you said, sure, these are the cereals I would like together to be associated with me. I got to question your choices in cereal.
Travis Kelsey is dating Taylor Swift. He needs the money. He's not even reading anything.
I'm not
just
saying...
hand me the money. Yes, whatever you say. Yes, whatever you want me to. Yeah, I am the Michael Caine of everything right now. I will do anything you say. I'm dating Taylor Swift. I am losing so much money.
They didn't give him a sheet and say, hey, look, we're putting this out in your name. I'm assuming they were the ones that got to choose the cereals.
Because the cinnamon's going to ruin it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's right off the bat.
It'll be
attached
dominant
to everything.
Right. And then you're going to have that peanut butter mix in there with that cinnamon. That's just not going to be good.
Those shouldn't be there.
And
but you know what?
Have the
we don't know. Maybe we should try it.
No, I think we should.
See, I'm the guy that says you should try everything before you pass full judgment. But I've had all 3 of these cereals.
That doesn't work.
I don't see them working.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
You to me, in my personal opinion, in my personal opinion, you don't have to try everything. Some things are just obviously not good to eat. And like, that's a horrible that's an abominable combination of cereals.
I can make a better combo.
That is, it's actually borderline diabolical if they sell it.
Fruity Pebbles are awesome. They could go without.
Yeah, they're
They
good.
could just go with anything, really.
But you know what really goes good with cereal is if you throw in some Nilla wafers.
Some Nilla wafers.
Try some Nilla wafers in a cereal. Mix it up with the cereal. It's unbelievable.
You
know
want
what-
all the types of diabetes.
Well,
don't you?
yeah, of course, absolutely. You've gone to lunch with me, so you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's not kidding. Oh my God.
But you mix
That's a
little Nilla
lot of
wafers.
Nutella that day.
Yeah, that was
Um,
funny. That day.
My body was just like unexpected Nutella.
We were
What?
in sugar shock for at least 3 days.
He is not lying. Yeah,
I like this idea, Ralph. I do.
I'm telling you, Nilla wafers and mix it into cereal.
Hmm.
I do
I can-
Cocoa Pebbles with Nilla wafers. Oh my!
I can see it. I
So
can
the
see it.
flavor of the cereal gets into the milk, and the milk gets into the Nilla wafer, and
Yeah.
then that flavors the Nilla wafer.
The Nilla wafer gets all mushy because of the milk, and then you have that vanilla flavor that comes out, and it goes all over the cereal. Unbelievable! Try it. You will never not do it again.
Why didn't General Mills approach Ralph?
Yeah,
Ralph clearly has better cereal ideas.
I can
than-
get you
than the
diabetic
Kelseys.
in 3 weeks. I'm telling you.
The Kelseys want to get us diabetic, but less deliciously. That
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Lucky Charms, and Reese's Puffs.
Those are three. They don't work. at
Let's
all.
go look at the General Mills cereal list, and I think we could have come up with a better one.
Yeah, because those three do not work.
You know
That's
what?
a
I'm gonna
horrible-
I'm
It's
gonna
like they
actually
picked
research
the
this.
3 worst cereals to combine together.
I'm gonna research this and see what I come up with. But part of me feels like I should try it. I should try this. Just take one for the team, so then I can say for sure it's bad.
More
It
power
looks
to
like
you.
it'll probably be bad, but
I'm okay with you trying.
Yeah, more power to you.
Ralph has crabs. I can't read that. It was about things that he says Keon's right. Never try a certain thing. He says it hurts badly, but I don't think for everybody. Swazman says, Jeffrey, tell Ralph that George Burns, the actor, smoked cigars until he was 102, barely in the hospital, died peacefully indulging in all his extracurricular. That's George Burns.
He was a freak of nature.
Yeah, that's different. Wilbur says Ralph is Count Chocula of the afternoon cereal binge. Silver Pop says Ralph's not lying about the Nilla wafers thing. Putting that in cereal is amazing. This is a thing. I have no idea it was a
Oh
thing.
yeah, absolutely.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, I eat my cereal like moist one. Soaking is the method of choice.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we're going to take a break now. Things got weird. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
It's Lee Come Key.
Welcome back to the Lead Come Key request line. Ready for something with a kick that's still smooth? Talk about a hot time at dinner time.
Crisscross.
This is America's #1 spicy mayo and non-GMO verified sriracha. It's the Sriracha Slide coming at you from Lee Come Key.
Turn it out.
Sriracha Slide on over to srirachalove.com to check it out.
Sriracha real smooth.
Have you ever lifted a piece of furniture only to discover the carpet underneath looks brand new while the rest of it looks, well, not brand new? That's when you realize you need new carpet. At the Home Depot, we have a wide selection of all the top brands. Best of all, installation is included. So all you need to do is choose something that matches your style. Start your carpet project today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Installation included with qualifying purchases. Exclusions apply for licenses. See homedepot.com/license numbers.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
Or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695.
Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
As we plan for our retirement, there are 4 questions we need to ask ourselves or our retirement planning advisor. How much? How long? How safe? And what cost? Let's start with how much. That is, how much income we think we'll need each and every year for the rest of our lives, including all the activities we want to enjoy during our retirement, like travel, recreation, and entertainment. Plus the cost of housing, including repair and maintenance, taxes, insurance, and utilities, as well as the cost of healthcare, including expenses not covered by Medicare.
Enjoy safe, secure lifetime income of 5 to 9% for life, depending on age and deferral period, with no fee deductions and no annuitizing. Guarantees rely on the financial strength of the insurer, so let's compare free in Scottsdale. For more, visit IQannuity.com, IQannuity.com, IQannuity.com.
If it's local,
we talk about it.
1580 and 99.3.
The Fanatic.
I'm hungry now. Dave Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. I love cereal. I can eat cereal any meal of the day. You know,
I would too.
Man, my wife is like, I don't feel like cooking dinner. I'm already into a bowl of cereal. I used to have multiple different kinds of cereals, but the problem is my wife she's such a good cook. She like makes breakfast and stuff. You know, she makes eggs and fruit and things, and it's really good. So it's like, well, I don't eat as much cereal as I used to. And it's probably better for me than eating all them carbs and sugar and stuff. But I miss Fruity Pebbles.
Mm.
That's
Fruity Pebbles.
Is that the goat of the cereals?
It's at the very least in the conversation.
My sons like it a lot.
I got into the Fruity Pebbles as an adult, and oh my god.
It's like, get me some of them gay Rice Krispies. Let's go. Let's go.
My freshman 15 in college was like a freshman 20, and that was mostly cereal.
I mean, my son's protein powder he uses to work out is Fruity Pebbles.
It's Fruity Pebbles.
And it tastes exactly like Fruity Pebbles.
Which is good, because that means it doesn't taste like protein powder, which is awful. So
Hamilton Porter, I guess, scoped out the Mormons. And I guess the Mormons' new arena picture, Coyotes, the Coyotes moved to Mormonville, and he says their new arena that they're going to get there only holds 10,000. He's like, seriously, that's what they left Mullet for? 10,000? That's it?
To be fair, it wasn't like a group of people said we've had enough of Phoenix and then packed up and left. A really bad owner of businesses sold them. So, yes, to answer your question.
All right. That's cool. We have some time. We can talk a little football. And I find this interesting. So Devontae Adams is saying, he's like, I want a quarterback. And they're like, oh, you want Gardner Minshew? No. How about you want O'Connell? No. Tom Brady. He's basically saying that he's holding out hope for Tom Brady. And this is a dumb thing for him to say out loud, because then Gardner Minshew or O'Connell ends up being the quarterback. And then
and one of them
that's awkward.
Yeah, it's going to be awkward, because even if one of them goes down, then you still have the other guy throwing you the ball. And Tom Brady's trying to buy the team, so he can't play.
Yeah, he's not going to. Brady's never going to play again.
No. Brady wants to move into the next act of his career, sports ownership, broadcasting. Like, that's where he's at. Tom, I'm sure he wakes up still every morning and feels like he could still play, but then you have to go through the rigors of an entire season, and you get about week 5, week 6, and you're like, you know what, everything hurts, and this really doesn't bring me all the happiness it used to. And then you pivot to something else. But like, he literally can't partially own the team and be a player.
So I'm a little confused about what's going on with the Ravens and their quarterback. Lamar Jackson's pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty damn good. He's a good quarterback. I've always enjoyed watching Lamar Jackson. He can turn it on and do some great things. But is he going to be known as the greatest quarterback ever? Well, John Harbaugh, first, Lamar Jackson went home sick from the Ravens practice this weekend. And then immediately after, during a press conference, John Harbaugh told everybody, our vision is Lamar Jackson will become known as the greatest quarterback ever.
Well, that should be their vision. Like, if you have a guy who has the potential to be great, you should want that should be the goal.
You should want that, but not maybe say that out loud, because Lamar Jackson, very, very good. I don't think he's the best quarterback ever. I don't think he's going to be known as that.
I don't think no, he's not, but he should want to be. Yeah. And I don't think that his coach is saying anything that Lamar hasn't probably said himself. Yeah. If Lamar has that confidence that that's what he can be, having that confidence can sometimes just get you one championship.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for. He's not going to be the greatest. He's not going to be close to the greatest. That's all true. But he's supposed to want to be the greatest.
He could be the greatest Raven quarterback ever.
Yeah, which even that's tough company, because you're dealing with
Trent Dilfer.
Trent Dilfer, but like you're
I was kidding.
Like kidding, but like Dilfer did win a championship, and I understand it was with arguably the greatest defense ever. It's either them, the 85 Bears, or like the 2016 Seahawks. Like those are the three teams that you're looking at. I genuinely think that if you're Lamar Jackson, you're staking that claim, because that's how you win. Like, that's the confidence that you have to be successful. Is sometimes it seems delusional to everybody else, but you're already at the 1% of 1% of human beings playing football. That there's nobody else on the earth outside of maybe the other 31 guys that do your job as an NFL quarterback that can do that.
Well, Lamar better start winning some Super Bowls if they're going to actually give him that title.
They're saying that that's what he wants to be. Yeah, that's first you want to be before you do it. I don't like, what is he supposed to want to say? Like, that's the culture
of even him saying it. It's the team saying that. It's Lamar. It's John Harbaugh saying that.
Yeah, but he
I don't blame Lamar Jackson.
But I'm saying I'm not blaming his coach either, though. I'm saying if you're the coach, you've already had these conversations with Lamar.
Just keep that stuff to ourselves. That's what I would do.
No, because that's reinforcing the culture of the building, in my opinion.
Isn't that one of those teams you look at and go, why haven't they won yet?
Yeah, Lamar Jackson sometimes hasn't had the pieces around him that he needs, I thought.
Yeah.
And then sometimes there was just bad decision making. And sometimes John Harbaugh was a little bit part to play on that, even though he is a great coach.
Yeah, I mean, they've had some playoff games that have just gone absolutely sideways. The game in Buffalo, where the wind was swirling and not a single field goal was made by the Ravens until like the second half of that game, and they attempted a few. They had the outing where they went and played the Titans at home, and Derrick Henry ran all over that team, and B, they kept going for it on fourth down and not getting it. They had opportunities, they just haven't. And then they ran into Kansas City last year, so it's a tough thing to get to the top.
Baker's cocky hen says Joe Flacco is the greatest Ravens quarterback.
I mean,
please don't mention Joe Flacco.
I mean, he might be.
Please don't. I don't want to hear.
I don't know about that.
He was good.
He was good, but
was. Now he's a Colt.
Yeah, was.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1913, in a game against the Brooklyn Superbas, later the Dodgers, Slim Sally became the first pitcher in St. Louis Cardinal history to steal home. In the third inning, he scored the first run in St. Louis's 3-1 victory over the Brooklyn team at Ebbets Field. Back to me, Jeff. I like that for two reasons. One, dude's name is Sally. Two, they beat the Dodgers. That was it.
I like that it was called Slim. You used to have
Slim
that a lot
Savvy.
back then. You Slim and
Well, first off, you
They
used to
did have cool nicknames.
really good nicknames back then, as opposed to now where it's like the guy's initials and his number.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
It's
You're
just
right.
not as not as cool. It's a more boring way to choose a nickname.
Like we'd call Ralph Lumpy.
Lumpy.
You'd call me Whitey because look at this, I'm very pale.
Yes.
And Keon, well, we call him Specs because he's wearing glasses.
There you go.
What's up, Four Eyes?
I
What's
don't
up,
like
Lumpy?
I don't
What's
like
up,
Lumpy. Why Lumpy?
I've
Can you
Lumpy?
see your camera shot right now?
Yeah. What's Lumpy?
You're
How
Lumpy.
am I Lumpy?
Huh?
How am I Lumpy? I need an explanation. I
Should
either
probably
have
go have a
crabs,
conversation.
now I've got lumps.
Ralph has crabs.
Sounds like I need to
says.
get some surgery done.
Gonna send Ralph home with what was that body
complex.
dysmorphia?
Yeah, body dysmorphic. I see lumps and crabs.
I didn't say lumps, just lumpy.
Well, if your name's Lumpy, that means you have lumps.
You got to have at least more than one.
I mean, I've got my shirt on. How can you see lumps?
And for that, we thank you.
Yeah.
What's the deal with Jordan Love? That is a good question by Hamilton Porter. How much do you realistically think Jordan Love is going to get? He's been out of practice because there's no contract. And so, yeah, until they get that sorted out, this is where we're at. So
I think he's the biggest question mark going into this season. Was last year a fluke? Is that guy really good? Or I don't know.
I'd
he
say
hasn't sold me
my
yet.
quarterback is a bigger question mark. This quarterback, it's a can we keep it going kind of thing. And of course, the Packers are not thrilled with having to pay and find themselves in New York Giants territory, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do.
Paying a quarterback a bunch of money and then nothing for it, which is possible. But I think Jordan Love's got more of a heart. I think he's got more. I think he's better than Daniel Jones.
He's much better than Daniel Jones. I think we've seen at least
That ain't
that
saying
much. But I think he did play well. Like when you look at the receivers up there, they weren't healthy last year, and it's not like he's throwing to elite guys. He's throwing to other young receivers. And he's figuring out how to make it work. And I thought the second half of last season looked really good. There's still more that you want to see. I think that it's fair for the Packers to say, hold on, we just want to see you do it one more time before we open up the checkbook for you. Because once we do that, we're stuck together.
Well, don't worry, Packer fans. You got Sean Clifford and Michael Pratt. They're working the reps for you.
Wow.
All right, that's it. We're done. Thanks, Ralph, for being with us. And the rest of you, we will see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.